Chapter 1007. Heavenly Lion Exterminating Stone Dragon Hunter Pagoda Sect and Flame Sun Heavenly Mountains people are now floating in the sky. Flame Sun Heavenly Mountains people all have smiling expression. They already knew that this would happen. Su Xiaoba laughed loudly and said, "You want to block my power with this kind of broken barrier? Naive." 100 Pagoda Sect's people are completely dumbstruck by Su Xiaoba's dreadful power. Boom! The earth shook again. The entire 100 refining plaza crumbled in an instant. The floor tiles are shaking and fluttering in the air. Su Xiaoba floated in the sky with his hands clasped behind his back. He has a disdainful expression as if he is looking down on the heaven and earth. He looked down at Qin Yun and said in cold voice, "Qin Yun, relax. I will not fight you directly, because you are not qualified to fight me." While speaking, the shattered bricks of the 100 refining plaza and the battle stage suddenly condensed into a several 100-meter long stone dragon. This stone dragon is made of crushed stones. Each stone is wrapped in a kind of white mist. That is why they are fused together. Roar! The stone dragon let out a furious roar and immediately set off a terrifying storm. Qin Yun is standing on the ground. His expression is grave. He thought that Yao Feng exaggerated Su Xiaoba's strength and said that he only has 20% chance of winning, but now it seems like he only has 10% chance of winning. "I won't fight you. I will let this dragon fight you." Ha ha ha. Su Xiaoba proudly laughed and said, "Come." 100 Pagoda Sect's older generation's face turned black. The 100 refining plaza has been completely destroyed. That plaza was paved with many thick stone bricks, especially the battle stage in the middle. There were very precious formations arranged around it, but now it has been destroyed. This little demon released the power of a half-immortal. Yi Yaoxue is being supported by Xiao Yueme. She said in amazement. She is also very worried about Qin Yun. The battle stage has been destroyed, causing the battlefield to become bigger. Many people are moving away from Su Xiaoba. They are worried that they will be affected. "Luckily, we did not go up, otherwise we would have died," Fang Zhijin said with sneer. "If Qin Yun doesn't concede, he will be dead for sure. He is courting death. This Su Xiaoba is just a youngster, yet his strength is already this high. What kind of power is this?" Fang Rushan's expression is very ugly in shock. Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain's old men are very proud of themselves because they are sure to win. Zhang Rong and Yang Chongtian also cried out in alarm in their hearts. They also underestimated Su Xiaoba's strength. Shun Beijian's expression became grave as he said, "I hope Pagoda Master Qin will know the difficulty and retreat. Don't press on. Big Sure, kill him." Su Xiaoba yelled with smile. White light rushed out of the stone dragon's eyes. After it let out a dragon roar. Its large and powerful tail swept towards Qin Yun. "Who?" The stone dragon swept its tail, stirring up a fierce gust of wind and letting out a sharp hissing sound. The gust of wind blew into the distance with a glowing white airflow. The ground was swept by the gust of wind, leaving behind a very wide scar. In the distance, dozens of mountains that were tens of thousands of feet high were also smashed to pieces by the violent wind. The strength of the stone dragon was so powerful that it left people speechless. Everyone looked down at the dust cloud and sensed that Qin Yun's aura was still present. They were astonished at Qin Yun's speed. He had actually dodged it. Qin Yun is also pondering how to win. The stone dragon's strength is indeed very dreadful. If he was a peak martial emperor, he might have been able to deal with it. Su Luwen said, "We should quickly take out some tools and pay attention to Qin Yun so that he doesn't use magic tools." Many old men took out their perception tools. They're worried that Qin Yun will suddenly use magic tools. Qin Yun is a soul refining inscription master. His equipment must be very strong. Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain's old men are also worried about this. Now that there is no barrier, even if Qin Yun uses magic tools, he won't be discovered. Therefore, they need to pay attention to him themselves. Su Xiaoba said with sneer, "Even if he uses magic tools, he won't be able to defeat me. I want to see how long you can dodge." Roar! The stone dragon roared again and shot out white light filled with destructive aura. Its speed is as fast as light. Forget about Qin Yun. Even many half-immortals present feel that they won't be able to dodge it. However, Qin Yun suddenly disappeared in a split second. Just now, he used his sacred pupil to look at the stone dragon's head. Then his eyes shot out white light that allowed him to pass through in a flash. His sacred pupil is very mystical. As long as he looks at a place, he can lock onto it and use his sacred pupil to teleport him there in a flash. However, the consumption of sacred pupil is very high. Normally, he doesn't use it if he can. Qin Yun is standing on the stone dragon's head and released supergravity. Boom! Qin Yun is a martial emperor, so he used all his strength to release supergravity. The stone dragon's head fell down and fiercely smashed on the ground. This caused a burst of cry of alarm. Even Flame, Sun, Heavenly Mountain's old men are emotionally moved. They did not expect Qin Yun to have such formidable power that he can smash the stone dragon to the ground. Gravity is not just a simple force. It can also make the stone dragon's head become several times heavier by controlling gravity. If one is not on guard, they will be caught unprepared. Piercing mountain, splitting earth finger. Qin Yun jumped into the sky, clasped his two fingers together, and pointed at the stone dragon's head. Bang! Following a crisp sound, black energy that can be seen with naked eyes rushed out of Qin Yun's two fingers and transformed into a huge black light beam that hit the stone dragon's head. Boom! The black light beam covered the entire stone dragon's head and smashed it to pieces. Moreover, it left behind a huge hole on the ground. The stone dragon's head, which is like a small mountain, has been smashed to pieces. Qin Yun's display of power caused many people to exclaim in admiration. "You are awesome, but my stone dragon is indestructible." Su Xiaoba laughed heartily and said. The headless stone dragon suddenly soared into the sky. The crushed stones around it also flew up and quickly condensed into a dragon head. Bang! Qin Yun pointed at the stone dragon's head and unleashed piercing mountain, splitting earth finger. Bang! The stone dragon's head exploded in the sky. It has been destroyed again. Finger beheading mountains and rivers. Qin Yun's two fingers overflowed with black light. His two fingers danced and chopped down on the stone dragon's body. The stone dragon's body is like tofu being cut by black thread. It has been chopped to pieces by Qin Yun's finger beheading mountains and rivers. Now the entire stone dragon has been destroyed. Good. You did not disappoint me. It seems like I'll be able to fight to my heart's content. Su Xiaoba suddenly became very excited and laughed heartily. Roar. Suddenly, a burst of dragon roar came from the distance. Turned out the large stone mountains that were destroyed by the stone dragon's tail have turned into 9 huge dragons and are flying over. Qin Yun cursed in his heart. Su Xiaoba is clearly trying to exhaust his power. Everyone moved even further away. Now that 9 huge stone dragons have joined the battle, moreover, their power is very strong. If they're not careful and get hit, they will be seriously injured. You don't want to fight me? Qin Yun looked at the 9 huge stone dragons surrounding him and said in cold voice, "You are not qualified to fight me. Only if you can prove that you are qualified." Although Su Xiaoba is a youngster, his arrogance is very wild and tyrannical. He laughed heartily and said, "Quickly come. This is your test. If you can defeat my stone dragons, you are qualified to fight me." Qin Yun let out a long sigh and said, "It seems like you are just a coward. You are afraid of fighting me head-on. So you are using this kind of despicable method to exhaust my power." Su Xiaoba somewhat angrily said, "Qin Yun, you think too highly of yourself. When have I ever been afraid of you? I am doing this because you are not qualified to fight me. What you're facing now is a part of my power. I really want to concede now." Qin Yun said, "Are you afraid? This is very normal." Su Xiaoba laughed heartily and then controlled the 9 stone dragons to unleash ferocious and violent attack. Shen Beijian became very nervous looking at Qin Yun dodging left and right. Qin Yun's series of dodging is extremely thrilling, causing everyone to burst into cheers. Even Flame, Sun, Heavenly Mountains people are praising Qin Yun's strange dodging technique. The reason I want to admit defeat is because fighting with you is too degrading. I thought that I would be able to experience the strength of the 9 Sun Sect's top geniuses, but it seems like I am not that good. Qin Yun said with loud laughter. You're just a bluff. Defeat my stone dragons first. Su Xiaoba furiously said. Just as he finished speaking, lion roars suddenly shook the place from 5 directions. These are ancient heavenly beast roars. They contain a soul-shaking aura. They gave rise to wave after wave of majestic aura. Qin Yun used heavenly lion summoning technique. Roar, roar. 5 huge nether realm heavenly lions roared heavenly lions heavenly roar and unleashed heavenly lion fighting dragon claw. They arrived with irresistible force and pounced forward like thunder. The nether realm heavenly lions released heavenly lion thunder energy. Countless thunder energy burst out and wreaked havoc on the earth. In a split second, gale erupted. Lion roars shook the sky. 5 black nether realm heavenly lions pounced back and forth. Sharp lion claws filled the sky, blotting out the sun and covering the sky, enveloping the 9 stone dragons. Everyone is dumbstruck looking at this scene. The mighty and ferocious ancient heavenly lions caused everyone present to sink into a burst of fear. It's nether realm heavenly lions. Does this brat have a black heavenly lion martial spirit? He can actually summon nether realm heavenly lions. Suluan cried out in alarm after he recovered from his shock. We underestimated his strength. Heavenly lions are ancient dragon slaying fierce beasts. They used to suppress dragon race for many years. Heavenly lions have been extinct for many years. I did not expect to see their ferocious might with my own eyes today. After everyone recovered from their shock, they let out a burst of sigh and cries of alarm. Su Xiaoba's 9 stone dragons have also been torn to shreds by the nether realm heavenly lions. The battlefield is filled with tyrannical black, chaotic flow. Everyone can only vaguely see Su Xiaoba floating in the sky. Suddenly, someone with good eyesight saw a shadow leaping towards Su Xiaoba. Qin Yun is attacking Su Xiaoba. You, savage! Su Xiaoba sensed Qin Yun's arrival and shook his fists. White light burst out and engulfed the black, chaotic flow around him. Boom! While Qin Yun is flying over, he released super gravity to the extreme. Su Xiaoba roared in fury and fell down from the sky. He reacted very quickly and used world extermination power to break the supergravity. He stabilized his body and did not land on the ground in a sorry state. Flame Sun Heavenly Mountains people find it hard to believe that Qin Yun killed the stone dragons and attacked Su Xiaoba. Su Xiaoba has never been forced into such a state before. Chapter 1008. World Destroyer Youth Su Xiaoba and many others are the same. They all underestimated Qin Yun's strength. Qin Yun's current power and speed are comparable to peak martial emperors, especially his strange movement technique. He can move around in a flash without making any sound. After the 9 stone dragons were destroyed, the nether realm heavenly lion also disappeared. Qin Yun rushed towards Su Xiaoba within the chaotic airflow and sent a palm attack down. Immediately, Dragon Roar shook the heavens. This is the 9 Extinction Heart Sutra's Extinction Dragon Palm. Extinction Dragon 17 palms. 17 palm attacks shot out in a flash. One palm collided with the other. The battle power of the 17 palm fused into an incomparably formidable palm power. Su Xiaoba can only feel his body becoming incomparably heavy looking at the incoming palm attack. It is difficult for him to mobilize the energy within his body. The World Destroyer power he released was instantly dispersed by the formidable palm power. Boom! Qin Yun's Extinction Dragon Palm landed on Su Xiaoba's body from above. Su Xiaoba fell down from the sky. Along with the formidable palm power, his body smashed on the ground. A huge palm imprint appeared on the ground. Energy waves surged up violently and let out a burst of whistling sound. Su Xiaoba's body smashed open a very deep hole in the middle of the palm imprint. Qin Yun condensed his power towards the deep hole and used piercing mountain-splitting earth finger. Moreover, he unleashed heavenly might Dao technique and condensed a thread of heavenly might power into his finger power. After the deafening sound of thunder, he shot a bolt of black lightning towards the ground. The deep pit that was a few meters wide was poured into the black lightning, and it immediately expanded to a width of several hundred meters, forming a very deep pit. Qin Yun is floating in the sky. He can still sense Su Xiaoba's aura. He is even more amazed in his heart. His expression is grave as he looked down below. Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain's elders are apprehensive about Qin Yun's formidable strength, but they are not worried about Su Xiaoba, because they all know that Su Xiaoba is very strong. He will not lose. Disgraceful thing, you hurt me. Su Xiaoba's voice suddenly arrived. Qin Yun hastily sent down earthquake divine ability power towards the deep hole. Although the ground is fiercely shaking, white light suddenly burst out from the bottom of the deep hole. A formidable energy filled with destructive aura surged up violently. Su Xiaoba cut a sorry figure. His clothes were tattered, but there were no obvious injuries. His entire body is shrouded in white light as he pierced through the earthquake divine ability power. In the blink of an eye, he arrived in front of Qin Yun. Then, with a wave of his palms, the surrounding space suddenly distorted. The space around Qin Yun distorted and a strange white light appeared. This fellow, what is he doing? Qin Yun was alarmed when he felt the pressure from the spatial distortion around him. If the space where he was also distorted, then his body would also be destroyed along with the space. When the people in the distance saw this scene, they were immediately alarmed. That's because Qin Yun's body was also being stretched and deformed along with the distortion of space. Xiao Yun, he's using powerful energy to destroy the stability of space. Then, he's using a strange method to control the changes in space. Ling Yun anxiously shouted. This little brat's world extermination power is too terrifying. Even space is affected. Qin Yun hastily used mysterious penetration divine ability and very smoothly passed through. He arrived in front of Su Xiaoba and waved his hand to attack with Extinction Dragon Palm. Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain's people burst into cries of alarm. They found it very unexpected that Qin Yun was able to break through the spatial predicament. Su Xiaoba is also extremely apprehensive. His reaction is very fast. He promptly waved his hand to block Qin Yun's Extinction Dragon Palm. Voila! Both of their hands collided. World Extermination Power and Extinction Dragon Power collided, giving rise to bursts of frantic energy waves. It is as if a meteor smashed into the sea. Qin Yun and Su Xiaoba let out a loud shout and then were forced back several hundred meters. World Extermination Power is truly dreadful. I must obtain his World Extermination Spirit. Just now, Qin Yun sensed even more how formidable and dreadful the World Extermination Power is. This caused him to become even more excited because it is possible for him to obtain the World Extermination Spirit. At that time, he can combine it with 9 Sun World Extermination Scripture, and he will be able to dig out even more formidable power. Su Xiaoba is extremely furious because he has never been forced into such a difficult situation in battle before. In the past, all the martial arts competitions he participated in were held inside the sect. People more or less gave in to him. He had gone through a rather dangerous battle before, which was to kill a powerful half-immortal beast. However, he had never been suppressed like this. Is this all you have? You were bragging about how awesome you were before. Qin Yun laughed a few times. Su Xiaoba is very young. He does not have Qin Yun's experience, so he is not calm enough. He flew into a terrible rage after being provoked. I will smash you to pieces. Su Xiaoba furiously shouted, then turned into a white light beam and shot toward Qin Yun. Su Xiaoba has been infuriated. His speed has become a lot faster than before. He rushed over and punched Qin Yun's body. Qin Yun is already prepared. He already unleashed body protecting dragon handle to protect himself. Su Xiaoba's fist landed on the body protecting dragon handle and let out a burst of whistling sound. Qin Yun's body protecting dragon handle has also been destroyed. The resulting energy wave has sent him flying far away. While he is flying away, he quickly stabilized his body and unleashed body protecting dragon handle again. Sure enough, Su Xiaoba hastily chased up and arrived in front of Qin Yun and punched at close range. This time Qin Yun reacted. He quickly attacked with Extinction Dragon's 17 palms and collided with Su Xiaoba's fist. Bang! With a loud explosion, Qin Yun is actually not Su Xiaoba's match and was sent flying. What caused people to be shocked is that Qin Yun's right palm has actually disappeared. Blood could be seen dripping from his wrist. In exchange, just now, his palm was torn apart by Su Xiaoba's power. Xiao Yuemei felt very distressed seeing this. She gritted her teeth and said, "You must defeat that little demon." Xiao Wufeng said with frown, "Su Xiaoba's power is truly too dreadful. We cannot face him head-on." Shin Beijian nodded and said, "Pagoda Master Qin must not have expected that Su Xiaoba's power would suddenly increase by several times." Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain's people finally let out a sigh of relief, because Su Xiaoba has made his opponent see blood. Su Xiaoba laughed loudly and said, "Trash, do you know how weak you are? You still want to contend against me? You are truly seeking your own humiliation." Although Qin Yun's palm is gone, his expression has become very calm. "I was too careless. I thought I would use Extinction Dragon Palm and Earthquake Divine Ability just now. I did not expect that this guy's world extermination power would completely destroy my power." Qin Yun's expression is filled with grave expression. His world extermination power cannot be judged with common sense. "Xiao Yun, you can defeat him. Believe in your own strength." Ling Yuner said. Su Xiaoba's world extermination power can erupt in an instant, so it is not possible to judge it by aura alone. Qin Yun has suffered a loss just now, so he is keeping it in his heart. Su Xiaoba is very pleased with himself. He is now even more arrogant. He laughed loudly and rushed towards Qin Yun again. Qin Yun felt great pressure the moment Su Xiaoba attacked. If he was facing a normal person, he would have used super gravity to slow down his opponent and then attacked again. But Su Xiaoba's power is too formidable, especially that instant burst of power. He can easily break apart supergravity. Boom! Qin Yun is unable to dodge this time because Su Xiaoba's speed has become even faster than before. His body has been pierced by Su Xiaoba's palm, and a bloody hole has appeared on his lower left abdomen. Su Xiaoba thought that he would pierce Qin Yun's abdomen and then explode with world extermination power to smash Qin Yun's body. But for some unknown reason, after his world extermination power exploded inside Qin Yun's body, it is like a stone sinking into the ocean. Because Qin Yun's nether sun is frantically devouring the world extermination power, Qin Yun seized this opportunity and hastily used suffering divine ability power. Su Xiaoba screamed miserably in pain. His head has been pierced by Qin Yun's piercing mountain, splitting earth finger. Boom! Su Xiaoba has been sent flying by Qin Yun's finger, causing Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain's people to cry out in alarm. He is fine. Su Luan saw Su Xiaoba stabilize his body and let out a sigh of relief. Su Xiaoba's miserable scream caused Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain's people to be extremely shocked because they have never heard Su Xiaoba scream like this before. 100 Pagoda Sect people are also extremely nervous because there is a bloody hole on Qin Yun's abdomen. This bastard's head is so motherfucker hard. Qin Yun cursed in his heart. His piercing mountain-splitting earth finger is filled with heavenly might, yet it only managed to cut a bit of skin on Su Xiaoba's head. If it was any other martial emperor, their head would have exploded. Su Xiaoba is also very scared in his heart, especially that painful power just now. It caused him to feel lingering fear. He has never felt such pain before. It can be said that he has never tasted bitterness before. That kind of pain penetrated into his bone marrow and attacked his soul, causing him to feel fear. Bastard, you made me feel so much pain. I hate this kind of feeling. I want to destroy you. Su Xiaoba shouted loudly and charged at Qin Yun again. Every time Su Xiaoba attacks, Qin Yun's heartstrings are stretched taut. I will try and see whether or not I can slow him down, Ling Yuner suddenly said. Then she controlled Nether Sun and released a strange power. That formless power caused Qin Yun's body to be surrounded by a pulling force. When Su Xiaoba is a few meters away from Qin Yun, his body suddenly stopped moving forward. Moreover, due to the pulling force, he began to slowly revolve around Qin Yun. Su Xiaoba is unable to approach Qin Yun. Xiao Yun, quickly attack. This move can't be maintained for long. Ling Yuna yelled. Qin Yun is ecstatic in his heart. He unleashed formidable nether moon mental power and suffering divine ability to attack from a distance. In that split second, Su Xiaoba's soul and body suffered incomparable pain. He let out a heart-tearing and lung-splitting miserable scream. Su Xiaoba is in endless pain. He is unable to use the world extermination power inside his body. Qin Yun rushed forward like an arrow, released heavenly might with all his strength, and attacked Su Xiaoba with Extinction Dragon Palm. Extinction Dragon Palm brought along a large amount of light rays that burst out and enveloped Qin Yun and Su Xiaoba. Along with a dragon roar that shook the heavens, Su Xiaoba was also knocked down to the ground. Qin Yun's body released glaring golden light as he landed on the ground. He took out Xiao Yuamei's mirror and used mysterious penetration divine ability to pierce through Su Xiaoba's abdomen. Not long after, he sensed the mirror trembling and Xiao Yuamei's voice could be heard. Brother, success. Xiao Yuamei can sense the situation of the mirror. Qin Yun quickly stored the mirror and was just about to attack when Su Xiaoba suddenly recovered. Su Xiaoba furiously punched Qin Yun's chest and sent Qin Yun flying several hundred meters away. Qin Yun landed on the ground like a dead person. His chest has been split open and his mouth is filled with blood. Chapter 1009. Star-breaking palm. Although Su Xiaoba's furious punch was not his strongest attack, it still caused serious injury to Qin Yun. Qin Yun is lying on the ground. He can feel that all of his ribs have been shattered. Luckily, his heart was protected by the tree totem. Otherwise, it would take him a lot of time to repair his heart in the future. He crawled up with great difficulty. At the same time, he checked his body and discovered that more than half of his meridians have been damaged. It is very difficult for him to circulate his power. Am I going to lose? Qin Yun is sitting on the ground with clenched teeth. His chest has caved in and is filled with blood. Now, if he moves even a little bit, he will feel incomparable pain all over his body. Su Xiaoba flew over and said with angry smile, Qin Yun, let's see how you will dodge. Qin Yun looked at a large rock 100 meters away from him. His sacred eye released a white light, and his body followed the white light and rushed towards that rock. Boom! Su Xiaoba vigorously punched the ground and created a 10-meter wide crater. As for Qin Yun, he slammed into the rock. The impact caused him to let out a deep roar in pain. Just now, he wanted to use the mirror to illuminate Su Xiaoba's world extermination spirit and then attack. He did not expect Su Xiaoba to recover so quickly. This Su Xiaoba is too hard. Qin Yun is now enveloped by a large cloud of smoke and dust. He used transparency power to hide himself and used this time to recover. Just now was the best opportunity. If he recovered a bit slower, I would have been able to defeat him. Ling Yuner feels that it is very regretful. It will be very difficult for her to get that kind of opportunity again. Su Xiaoba has learned from his previous experience. He is not going to fight Qin Yun in close combat because he is afraid that Qin Yun's power will cause his soul and body to feel incomparable pain. Therefore, he will keep a distance from Qin Yun and then attack from a distance. Then he will release Berserk World Extermination power and smash towards Qin Yun. Qin Yun, quickly scram out for me. Su Xiaoba is floating in the sky, looking at the ground and shouted, Coward, quickly come out and fight. Su Luan saw that Su Xiaoba is still very spirited and secretly relaxed a lot. He heard Su Xiaoba's miserable scream just now and became very worried. Qin Yun, if you don't show yourself, I will judge you as the loser. Su Luan's voice covered a radius of several li. Just as he finished speaking, Qin Yun suddenly appeared. Moreover, he is not far behind Su Xiaoba. Although Qin Yun's body is seriously injured, the nether sun inside his body is not damaged. Moreover, it still has half of its energy. When he appeared, he also used Pain God Art and Spirit Concentration Kill. Su Xiaoba screamed in pain after being hit. Qin Yun immediately used his sacred pupil to rush over. Su Xiaoba, who is in pain, sensed Qin Yun approaching and let out a furious roar and started punching Qin Yun. Boom, boom, boom. The injured Qin Yun was momentarily unable to defend against the series of explosive punches. His body suffered another series of violent blows and was sent flying into the distance. This little demon is growing very fast. Qin Yun fell to the ground after being hit. He also felt very powerless. He wanted to admit defeat, but he was unwilling. This was because he was not far from victory. If he could win, he would be able to obtain a large amount of resources, which would allow him to break through even faster. Su Xiaoba is floating in the sky, gasping for breath with large mouthfuls of air. He howled with laughter and said, "Ha ha ha, I'm not afraid of pain." Some people can continuously improve in this kind of battle. Su Xiaoba is this kind of battle maniac. The more he fights, the more valiant he becomes. This freak, Qin Yun, cursed in his heart. Everyone can see that Qin Yun is now riddled with scars. He won't be able to hold on for long. As for Su Xiaoba, even though he was attacked by Qin Yun a few times before, he is still brimming with energy. He is not tired at all. On the contrary, his condition is even better than before. This is the disparity between initial stage and peak martial emperors. Although Qin Yun is seriously injured, no one here dares to laugh at him, because even peak martial emperors would not be able to hold on for long against Su Xiaoba. Not only Qin Yun can hold on for so long, he even made Su Xiaoba suffer many losses. This child Xiaoba is too naive. He did not guard against Qin Yun's sinister tricks. Now that Xiaoba knows about Qin Yun's sinister tricks, he must be on guard. Qin Yun is also seriously injured. It is impossible for him to win. Su Luan said with bright smile, "Xiaoba's harvest from this battle is not small." Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain's elders nodded with smile and praised Su Xiaoba. Old Xiao said, "Qin Yun is merely Xiaoba's stepping stone. This battle will allow Xiaoba to reach a higher level." Su Xiaoba raised his hand, palm facing upwards, looked at Qin Yun, and said in cold voice, "Qin Yun, even though you're only initial stage martial emperor, you are the strongest opponent I have ever met. Moreover, it is also you who taught me what pain is. I don't want to be tortured by pain anymore. That is why I must kill you. You are an opponent worthy of my respect. I will use my strongest power to destroy you. You will be the first person to experience my unique skill." Su Xiaoba shouted loudly. Countless large and small crushed stones on the ground suddenly floated up into the sky and gathered on Su Xiaoba's palm. Qin Yun is lying on the ground and looking at the sky. He can clearly see that countless crushed stones have condensed into a ball in the sky. In the blink of an eye, they have condensed into a huge stone ball that is several tens of thousands of meters wide. This huge stone ball is formed from a large number of crushed stones. Moreover, there is a large amount of white light coming out from the gaps between the stones. This is the power of world extermination released by Su Xiaoba. Qin Yun quickly conceded. Shen Beijian shouted. He wanted to rush over, but was blocked by Su Luan and others who arrived in a flash. "If you attack, you will be breaking the contract. We signed a soul contract before. Neither side can interfere in the battle." Su Luan proudly laughed and said, "Xiaoba will become even stronger after this battle." "Ha ha ha, Yuemei." Yi Yaoshua tightly held Xiao Yuemei's lily-white hand. She is very worried. Qin Yun is lying on the ground. It seems like he is seriously injured and doesn't even have the strength to fight back. However, his eyes, which were completely black, were emitting a thick black aura. "Old boy Yun, erupt with power. Morong Darren suddenly shouted, "Let us see the limit of your power," Xia Wufeng said in deep voice. He is also very nervous. The earth suddenly began trembling. Su Xiaoba can also sense that a very formidable power is bursting out from Qin Yun's body. Su Luan's expression became grave. The power Qin Yun is displaying is indeed astonishing. Everyone retreated again and flew to a higher place. They are filled with shock and sorrow as they left the battlefield. Ling Yuner said in soft voice, "Xiao Yun, this time I took a risk and released Nether Sun's power. I hope you and I can control this power. Moreover, your body might not be able to withstand the strongest power of Nether Sun, so you must be mentally prepared. Yuner, come. We will attack together. We are not fighting alone." Qin Yun shouted in his heart. "Let's go." Ling Yuner also shouted. Su Xiaoba condensed a stone ball that looks like a small star. Following his furious roar, the huge stone ball ferociously smashed down on the ground. World Extermination Calamity Star. Everyone's heart is filled with shock as they looked at the falling stone ball. At the same time, Qin Yun's body began overflowing with black energy. Star-breaking palm. Qin Yun fused the vibration martial spirit with his soul and mind, completely fusing it with the star-breaking palm chant. Star-breaking palm is also a Dao technique. Moreover, it is very special. It is specially created for vibration martial spirit. It is a kind of mysterious martial spirit technique. Qin Yun sent a palm attack towards the falling World Extermination Calamity Star. A huge black palm image suddenly flew out from the ground and rushed towards the falling World Extermination Calamity Star. Boom, boom, boom. The black palm image is filled with the aura of heavenly might. Qin Yun threw caution to the wind. He released the berserk power of Nether Sun and condensed it into heavenly might power. After he released this palm attack, a burst of crisp sound came out from inside his body. His bones and meridians have been severely damaged. This is the first time he realized that his Nether Sun has such dreadful power. It can even tear his formidable immortal devil body to pieces. The World Extermination Calamity Star collided with the star-breaking palm power. Boom! An incomparably loud explosion occurred, causing the entire 100 Pagoda mountain range to violently shake and shake, destroying a large number of high mountains and precipitous ridges. The World Extermination Calamity Star once again turned into crushed stones and spread in all directions like a great wave. Even though everyone is hiding far away, they're all affected by the shockwave. Formidable older generation released their power one after another to resist the huge wave of stones. Only martial emperors and half-immortals can clearly see the situation of the battlefield. What caused people to be shocked is that after the World Extermination Calamity Star was destroyed, a palm image shot towards Su Xiaoba. Boom! Another burst of explosion occurred. Su Xiaoba punched towards Qin Yun's palm image and released a ball of white light. However, it was unable to scatter the palm power. Su Xiaoba screamed in pain after being hit by the palm image. Even though he released a very strong world extermination power to resist, he was still hit by the star-breaking palm, causing his entire body to split open and bleed. "Xiaoba!" Su Luan shouted. Flame Sun Heavenly Mountains people are extremely shocked and panicked. Su Xiaoba is very important to them. They cannot let anything happen to him. However, Su Luan and the others cannot enter the battlefield to interfere because they have signed a soul contract. After the fierce storm passed, the heaven and earth became quiet again. The earth is in complete disorder, but the sky is clear and blue. Bang! Su Xiaoba fell on the ground, but he did not die. His whole body is trembling. Just like Qin Yun, his body is seriously injured and he is unable to stand up. Is it a draw? They can't even stand up. These two monsters are very scary when they fight. They are both very powerful. Su Luan very anxiously said, "According to the agreement, when this kind of situation occurs, the one who can stand up after 10 counts wins. If none of them can stand up, then it is a draw and they will fight again next time." Shen Beijian is also very worried about Qin Yun. He shouted, 1, 2, 3. Just as he shouted 3, Qin Yun stood up. Everyone burst in a cry of alarm. His body has been turned into mush. How can he still stand up? Yang Chongtian cried out in alarm. It's mental power. He is using mental power to support his body. An old man said, this guy is an inscription master. His mental power is very strong. His mind is not damaged at all. Chapter 10:10. After winning, Flame Sun, Heavenly Mountains, people have extremely unsightly expression. They also find it very hard to accept the fact that they lost. Su Luan and Shun Beijian rushed over with their fastest speed. Shun Beijian and a few elders from Divine Sword Pagoda rushed over and immediately took out a large amount of healing pills for Qin Yun to eat. Then they poured their power into Qin Yun's body and began healing his injuries. His injuries are very serious. I don't know how long it will take for him to recover. Yi Yaoshua let out a long sigh. This guy is actually so awesome. Xiao Yueme faintly smiled. Relax, as long as my brother is still alive, he will recover very quickly. She is very clear about Qin Yun's formidable recovery power. Majority of 100 Pagoda Sect's people are cheering for Qin Yun. Fang Zhijin, Fang Rutian, and other people are extremely jealous because according to the agreement, Qin Yun's Star Traveling Pagoda will get 4,000 high-quality region origin stones. This is a great amount of resources, and Star Traveling Pagoda only has a few dozen people. Naturally, the people with the darkest expression are Flame Sun Heavenly Mountains people. Flame Sun Heavenly Mountains elders are all bleeding in their hearts. They really did not expect that Qin Yun would be able to defeat Su Xiaoba. Moreover, he is only an initial stage martial emperor. What caused people to be shocked is that in just a short period of time, Su Xiaoba managed to stand up. He furiously glared at Qin Yun and said in deep voice, I don't accept this defeat. Only my body has been crippled. The power within my body is still very strong. It is only because I don't have strong mental power that I am unable to stand up. Su Xiaoba was lying on the ground earlier. He was completely awake, but because of his injuries, he was unable to recover within 10 seconds. He can only helplessly look at Qin Yun's victory. Everyone saw how spirited he is and believed his words. Because in comparison, Qin Yun looks like a pile of mud lying on the ground. Face the facts. Xiao Wufeng flew over and said, I cannot accept this fact. I am clearly stronger than him by a lot. Why am I the one who lost? Su Xiaoba loudly shouted and continued to cry. It can be seen that this defeat is a very big blow to him. He is only an initial stage martial emperor. If he was a peak stage martial emperor, you would have already lost. Morong, Tinja said. Shun Beijian looked at Su Luan and said, You must remember the regent origin stones we agreed on. Su Luan's expression became ashen as he said, We will not go back on our words. Shun Jujian smiled and said, Of course you won't, because there is a soul contract. Su Xiaoba looked at the half-dead Qin Yun and shouted while crying, Bastard Qin Yun, quickly get up. We will fight again. I will surely defeat you. I can't accept this. I can't accept this. While healing Qin Yun, Shun Beijian sensed Qin Yun's nether sun, but he doesn't know what it is. He only thinks that it is a special Dao core that hides very dreadful power. Qin Yun's injuries are very serious, and he is also very tired. He did not say anything and just closed his eyes. Yin was that the strongest power of Nether Sun? He asked Ling Yin Not really. Originally, I wanted to release my strongest power, but I didn't release much before your body shattered. If I release more, your body will definitely turn into ashes, and only the Nether Sun will remain. Ling Yin said, So now you know why you can't directly control Nether Sunday. It is because you don't know how strong Nether Sun is, but I do. Qin Yun thought that Nether Sun was the strongest. Now hearing Ling Yun's words, he became even more apprehensive. That little demon is crying and screaming. Ling Yin said with a smile, I have to say, that bastard is very strong. He almost killed you. Indeed, he is still too young. In a few years, I won't be his match. Qin Yun secretly exclaimed in admiration at Su Xiaoba's power. Su Xiaoba continued crying and screaming. He wanted to fight Qin Yin no matter what. Finally, Su Luan had no choice but to stick a talisman on Su Xiaoba's forehead and make him faint. Su Luan handed over a storage pouch to Shen Beijian and said, "There are 5,000 high-quality Regent Origin stones inside. Next year, we will deliver 5,000 more." At this time, Qin Yin suddenly opened his eyes and said in low voice, 10 years, total will be 50,000. Su Luan said with frown, "What? Don't tell me you want them all in one go." Qin Yin weakly said, "How about this? Next time you come, just bring 40,000 and you will be able to pay 5,000 less." Shen Beijian understands Qin Yin's meaning. It is better to quickly take them all. Because world extermination, heavenly calamity is coming, there will be a great demand for resources at that time. After I return, I will discuss it with the elders of the sect. Su Lin thought for a bit and said, if he paid it all in one go, he would be able to pay off 5,000 yuan less, which was still a good deal. Yang Chongtian and Zhang Rong are very jealous. 10,000 Regent Origin stones. Moreover, they are all high quality. Just thinking about it, it is clear that this is a great amount of resources. 100 Pagoda sects, other Pagoda masters also want to share, but they don't dare to do so, because this is someone else risking his life. Yi Yaoxue fought the first round. Although she lost, she injured Lei Lang and consumed his energy. Therefore, Xia Wufeng defeated Lei Lang in the second round. And there is no need to talk about Qin Yin in the third round. He used absolute power to defeat Su Xiaoba. Everyone saw the whole process with their own eyes. Qin Yin won with great difficulty. He almost died. Moreover, he was seriously injured and no one knows when he will recover. What is funny is that Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain sent peak martial emperors to fight, and 100 Pagoda sect's highest cultivation is late-stage martial emperor Yi Yaoxue. Both Qin Yin and Xia Wufeng are initial-stage martial emperors. Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain lost even more face this time. This time they lost big. Not only did they lose face, they also lost so many Regent Origin stones. Of course, they don't know that even if they won, the runes they obtained would be useless. If they knew, they would vomit blood in anger. Shen Beijian handed over 4,000 Regent Origin stones to Qin Yun, then together with Shen Jiujin escorted Qin Yun back to Star Traveling Pagoda. 100 Refining Plaza has been completely destroyed. Luckily, there are no pagoda in the vicinity, otherwise they would have been affected. Even though 100 Pagoda sect's disciples have returned, they're still replaying today's battles in their minds. Inside a room in Star Traveling Pagoda, Qin Yun is lying on a bed with his eyes closed. The tree totem is like a root. It has spread all over his body, completely restoring his body. This process will take a lot of time. Xiao Yuanmei is sitting on the bedside, looking at her mirror and said, "You missed a great opportunity just to look at this martial spirit." She looked at the white mirror, which recorded the spirit of world annihilation. Qin Yin nodded and said, "It cannot be considered as a missed opportunity. It is just that Su Xiaoba's recovery is too fast. That freak's recovery power is extremely dreadful." Xiao Yuanmei's shapely eyebrows are slightly knitted as she said, "His body is definitely not ordinary. Originally, he was just like you, all his bones and flesh were broken, but not long after, he became lively again. Qin Yun's body is very strong and mortal devil body. His recovery power is very astonishing, but compared to Su Xiaoba, it is still too slow." "Is senior sister Yi all right?" Qin Yun asked. "She is all right. That woman is also a freak." Xiao Yuanmei smiled tenderly and said, "I want to take a picture of her martial spirit. It is a ball of red. Furthermore, there's a very strong power hidden within her Dao core. It's just strange that she did not release it during the martial arts competition. Maybe it is because she is not familiar with that power." Qin Yun said, "Her martial spirit is Heavenly Rune Martial Spirit. I just don't know what kind of Heavenly Rune it is. It is very strange." "Heavenly Rune Martial Spirit?" Xiao Yuanmei opened her beautiful eyes wide in shock. "Indeed," Qin Yun said with smile. Very good. I will also have a Heavenly Rune Martial Spirit." Xiao Yuanmei happily jumped up and down in the room. "What? Could it be that you didn't have one in your past life? Qin Yun asked. I didn't. I always wanted to find this kind of martial spirit in my past life, but I never found one, Xiao Yuanmei said with a smile. Su Xiaoba's martial spirit is also very strong. Don't use it for now. Wait until I have time. I will refine it together with you. Qin Yun said. All right. Xiao Yuanmei very excitedly nodded her head. Brother, we are the soul refining duo. If you and I join hands, we will be unparalleled under the heavens. I want to properly rest. There are still many things I need to do later, Qin Yun said with a smile. Then I will go find your little wife to play with, Xiao Yuanmei said with charming smile, and then left the room. What Qin Yun is most worried about is that the world extermination heavenly calamity is about to arrive. As for Ghost Beast Overlord, he is not worried at all. So long as Jin family and others capture Dragon Sect, he will come and discuss with them. At that time, he will be able to join hands with Jin family and capture Ghost Beast Overlord. I must properly discuss with Pagoda Master Shan about the Starry Sky Road. Let him gather more people to build it. Qin Yun recalled the blueprint of the Starry Sky Road. He will need many inscription masters and great amount of resources to complete it. Murong Manor. Ying Qingyu, Old Fei Tian, and City Master Murong also learned about the battle between 100 Pagoda Sect and Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain. Ying Qingyu said, Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain controls a great number of ghost beast emperors in the region of transcending Xianxi region. It is very normal for them to want the runes of mysterious penetration, Dao Talisman. If they can obtain them, they will be able to obtain a great amount of region origin stones very quickly. Old Fei Tian asked, Brother you have been in transcending Xianxi region for a long time. How is Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain's financial power? Ying Qingyu said with a smile, Their financial power is very strong. After all, they are one of the ancient Nine Sun sects. They are the hegemon of transcending Xianxi region. They control a large amount of fertile sea region. They have many resources. Moreover, after many years, they have explored even more resources. Mere several tens of thousands of region origin stones are nothing to them. Suddenly a middle-aged man walked in and said, City Master, Sulun requests an audience. Flame Sun Heavenly Mountains, Sulun? City Master Morong is somewhat startled and hastily said, Quickly let him in. Chapter 10-11. Era Inheritance Su, Luan arrived alone. After entering the courtyard, he chuckled and cupped his fist towards City Master Morong and the others. He very enthusiastically greeted them. This Su Luan is a person with great authority in Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain. He has always been very arrogant in front of Xian Domain's half-immortals, but now he is very enthusiastic. This caused Old Fei Tian, Ying Qingyu, and the others to feel that this is very strange. Senior Su, I wonder what brings you to my humble abode. Speak directly, City Master Morong said with smile, and invited Su Luan to sit down. City Master Morong is indeed a forthright person, Su Luan said with smile. Truth be told, I have come here with a request. City Master Murong and Old Fei Tian looked at each other. They are both amazed. Senior Su is a person of virtue and prestige in Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain. He is also very strong. If you can't do it, then it will be very difficult for us. City Master Morong said, Three friends, I believe you have heard about the confrontation between my Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain and 100 Pagoda Sect? A3. Our Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain has suffered disastrous losses this time. We only have ourselves to blame. Su Luan let out a long sigh. We did not underestimate our enemy. Our enemy is just too strong. Old Fei Tian said with smile. Brother Yun's strength is unfathomable. Even we have to be polite to him. Senior Su, you wanted to take advantage of him, but in the end you suffered disastrous losses. This is indeed what you brought upon yourselves. Although Su Luan is very unhappy in his heart, he can only nod his head. Everyone, I have a request. Su Luan stood up. His expression is filled with sincerity as he said, Can you sell the mysterious penetration Dao Talisman to me? The price is negotiable. Senior Su, we don't have many mysterious penetration Dao talismans. Now Brother Yun is seriously injured. He won't be able to make them in a short period of time. Moreover, Brother Yun repeatedly warned us not to casually sell mysterious penetration Dao talismans. Therefore, no matter what price you offer, we will not agree. City Master Morong said. Old Faitian nodded and said, Your Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain has some grudges with Brother Yun. If we sell the mysterious penetration Dao talisman to you without him knowing, he will surely fall out with us. We don't want to lose a good friend like Brother Yun. Su Luan let out a long sigh and said, I have used up all the region origin stones I brought with me from transcending Xianxi region. If I don't give an explanation when I return, I will be severely punished. City Master Morong and the others happily said in their hearts, Serves you right. Su Luan threatened Qin Yun before. This created enmity. He is very clear about this, so he can only come to find City Master Morong and others. If he could bring back some mysterious penetration Dao talismans, he would at least be able to account for himself. Ying Qingyu suddenly said, Elder Su, as far as I know, Brother Yun is a reasonable person. The premise is that you give him enough benefits. Therefore, there are some things that can be discussed with him. Before, Ying Qingyu and Qin Yun had no small conflict. Later it was resolved smoothly. Of course, he also suffered a great loss, but now he doesn't regret it. Su Luan promptly said, Brother, please advise me. Ying Qingyu laughed. Brother Yun's greatest enemy is Yang Chongtian because Yang Chongtian swindled Brother Yun before. Now you are together with Yang Chongtian. If you want to talk to Brother Yun, you must first show your sincerity in this matter. Su Luan's brows are creased as he asked, I have heard about the conflict between Yang Chongtian and Pagoda Master Qin. It seems like it is nothing more than this. It is nothing more than Yang Chongtian going back on his word and not fulfilling his promise, causing star-traveling Pagoda to lose some resources. Nothing more. Is he really going to stake his life against Yang Chongtian because of this matter? City Master Morong chuckled and said, Elder Su, don't be deceived by Yang Chongtian. As far as I know, Yang Chongtian and Zhang Rong sent out their strongest assassin team to train. Their target was Brother Yun. Then, because of the appearance of Ghost Beast Overlord, Yang Chongtian and Zhang Rong's assassin team all died. Su Luan is startled in his heart. Even though City Master Morong said that the assassin team was killed by Ghost Beast Overlord, the meaning behind his words is that the assassin team has already met Qin Yun. If you capture Zhang Rong and Yang Chongtian, the conflict between you and Brother Yun will be resolved. After that, you can directly talk to him about the mysterious penetration Dao talisman. Ying Qingyu said, Brother Yun is a somewhat greedy person. You should know what to do about this. Su Luan's brows are tightly knitted as he pondered. He must give an explanation to Flame, Sun, Heavenly Mountain. After all, he has lost close to 50,000 high-quality region origin stones. Old Fei Tian said with smile, Elder Su, with the strength of your Flame Sun, Heavenly Mountain's 6 tribulation half-immortals, capturing Yang Chongtian and Zhang Rong in secret should not be a difficult matter. This kind of matter should be done in secret. At that time, we will introduce you to Brother Yun. I will go back and discuss with the other elders. Su Luan took out a sound transmission magic tool, placed it on the table, and said, If there are any results, I will immediately inform my 3 friends. Farewell. City Master Morong and the other 2 also got up and sent Su Luan off. Qin Yun has been lying on the bed for more than 10 days. He is barely able to get up. After Xiao Yueme left, she saw City Master Morong and Granny Star come in. After Granny Star left, City Master Morong closed the door and said with smile, Brother Yun, are you feeling better? At least I can sit up. Qin Yun laughed. These past few days, City Master Morong, Ying Qingyu, and other elders have given Qin Yun many healing medicines. The result could be considered pretty good. Brother Yun, Su Luan wants to make a deal with you. City Master Morong said. Oh, what kind of deal? He wants to buy my talisman runes? Qin Yun is somewhat amazed. Of course not. He is already in my residence. Do you want to talk to him? City Master Morong said with smile. He lost so many Regent Origin stones. He wants to give an explanation to Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain. Earlier, he spoke very humbly to us. He wanted us to hand over the mysterious penetration Tao talisman to him. I understand. Quickly bring me to him. Qin Yun mischievously laughed. This big fish, watch how I slaughter him. City Master Morong took out a flying carriage, left 100 Pagoda Sect with Qin Yun, and flew towards 100 Pagoda City's Murong Manor. Murong Manor, inside a spacious basement. Qin Yun is sitting on a chair. Old Fei Tian, Ing Chengyu, and City Master Morong are sitting beside him. Su Luan is holding a small red pagoda in his hand. He is standing in front of Qin Yun. Pagoda Master Qin, this is for you. Yang Chongtian and Zhang Rong are imprisoned inside. I've sealed them all inside. Su Luan handed over the small pagoda to Qin Yun. We had some misunderstanding before. Luckily, it didn't create even bigger conflict. I was in the wrong before. I hope you can forgive me. When Qin Yun arrived, he learned from City Master Morong that Su Luan wants to hand over Yang Chongtian and Zhang Rong to him. No problem, no problem. Qin Yun received the pagoda with a smile and said, Senior Su, please sit. Su Luan saw Qin Yun accept the pagoda and felt a lot relieved in his heart. He promptly sat down. I presume City Master Morong has already informed Pagoda Master Qin about my predicament? Su Luan looked at City Master Morong. Qin Yun nodded. Senior Su, how many mysterious penetration Tao talismans do you want? 1,000 within a year, can you make them? Su Luan asked. Old Fei Tian and City Master Morong inhaled a mouthful of cold air. This number is indeed not small. 1 best quality Regent Origin Stone for 1 talisman. I am cooperating with Old Fei Tian and City Master Morong for the same price. Qin Yun said, All right, then, Pagoda Master Qin, can you make them within a year? Su Luan asked again. No problem. Qin Yun said with smile. Brother Yun, your injuries won't recover that fast. Are you sure there won't be any problem? City Master Morong said in low voice. We must not affect your recovery. No problem. Qin Yun said. Best quality Regent Origin Stones are very useful for mid to late stage martial emperors. He can store them for now. Su Luan let out a long sigh. If we knew Pagoda Master Qin was so easy to talk to, we would not have wasted so much effort. Senior Su is the group of astrology scholars from your Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain that took away ancient Star Pagoda to find a legendary ancient domain? Qin Yun suddenly asked. Pagoda Master Qin Yu, how do you know about this? Su Luan's expression is filled with amazement. City Master Morong and others also looked at each other in dismay because they don't know about this matter. Although Shun Beijian obtained the Starry Sky Road's blueprint from Yu Shutian, he did not find anyone to make it because he wants to deal with the Ghost Beast Overlord first. World extermination is imminent. Ancient Domain has reappeared. But because it has been too long, even if Ancient Domain has reappeared, it will be very difficult to go there. We need to reconstruct the Starry Sky Road to reach there. Qin Yun said. Pagoda Master Qin, you are truly an expert. You actually know about this matter. Su Luan's expression is filled with pleasant surprise. Senior Su, how much is your Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain willing to pay to construct the Starry Sky Road? Qin Yun asked. Pagoda Master Qin, you know how to construct the Starry Sky Road? Su Luan is even more shocked. Qin Yun did not reply. Instead, he asked, is going to Ancient Domain very important to the 9 Sun sects? Su Luan nodded and said, it is extremely important. It is related to the life and death of the 9 Sun sects. Not only our Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain, Golden Sun sect, and other 9 Sun sects have been looking for a way to enter Ancient Domain for many years. As far as I know, the world extermination heavenly disaster will not affect the transcending Xianxi region. Qin Yun is somewhat doubtful and said, transcending Xianxi region is a spatial crack between immortal desolate and spirit desolate. It is very special. If spirit desolate is exterminated, it will only temporarily not be affected. If immortal desolate is also exterminated, The transcending Xianxi region will also suffer a great calamity. Su Luan's expression became grave. He paused for a bit and then continued. Moreover, ancient domain is the refuge of cultivators from the last few epochs. The ancient inheritances are even more abundant. It is also the holy land that we have been yearning for a long time. Ing Qingyu, City Master Murong, and Old Fei Yin are all secretly startled hearing this. They did not say anything and continued to listen attentively. Senior Su, I have the blueprint of the Starry Sky Road leading to ancient domain. Constructing the Starry Sky Road will require great amount of manpower and material resources. I think we can cooperate here. Of course, before that, you must help my 100 Pagoda sect eliminate the Ghost Beast Overlord. Qin Yin said. Chapter 10:12. Chapter 10:12. Star Monarch Reconstruction. Qin Yin took out 2 papers and handed them over to Su Luan. Su Luan hastily took them. After seeing the content, his old eyes became round and his hands slightly trembled. This is truly the blueprint of Starry Sky Road. It's real. Su Luan's mood suddenly became very excited. There are still many blueprints left. If you decide to cooperate with us, we will sign a contract and then build the Starry Sky Road together. Qin Yin said. Of course, he won't hand over all the blueprints. Just these 2 blueprints are enough to confirm whether the Starry Sky Road is real or not. Su Luan took out a Dao tool, treasure mirror, and recorded the contents of the 2 blueprints. Then he said, I will go back and discuss this matter with my companions. Cooperation is certain. We will discuss it in detail at that time. Qin Yin nodded. Wait until my injuries are healed. I will begin crafting mysterious penetration Dao talisman. I will deliver the goods within a year. Then I will take my leave. Pagoda Master Qin, take care of your body. Su Luan is very happy and excited. After saying goodbye to Qin Yin and the others, he hastily left. Then Qin Yin informed Pagoda Master Murong and the others about the Starry Sky Road. After they learned about the details, they were alarmed and terrified by the world extermination heavenly calamity. But they are also secretly happy because they will surely be able to enter the Starry Sky Road. Qin Yin is very clear about the Starry Sky Road. It is impossible for him to complete it by himself. Even if Shin Beijian invited people to participate, it would take several years to complete. If Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain joins in, it would be even faster. At that time, the materials will also be provided by them. Ancient domain is very vast. Even if everyone goes in together, it won't be a problem. Qin Yin now only wants to quickly enter and find the Nether Sun Spirit inside. Soon after, City Master Murong sent Qin Yin back to Star Traveling Pagoda. Qin Yin returned to Star Traveling Pagoda and notified Shinbeijian to come over. Shinbeijian immediately rushed over. Pagoda Master Shun, Flame Sun Heavenly Mountains, Su Luan came to find me. The guy doesn't dare to act recklessly now, Qin Yin said with smile. Oh, Shinbeijian finds this somewhat unexpected. He admitted defeat. More or less, this guy will be of great help to us. Qin Yin laughed and then informed Shinbeijian about the matter of cooperation. Shinbeijian is the future sect master of 100 Pagoda sect. This kind of matter must be discussed with him. Very good. With Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain's help, we don't need to do anything. Pagoda Master Qin, you are truly something. Shinbeijian laughed heartily and said, Pagoda Master Qin, you are truly something. Pagoda Master Shun, if Su Luan comes again, I will let him find you and sign the contract. Qin Yin said, remember, when signing the contract, you must restrain them to avoid being bitten back by them. Moreover, try your best to fish for more benefits. All right. Shinbeijian nodded. Yu Shatian gave Shinbeijian a set of blueprints. Qin Yin wants to recuperate and does not want to run around. The world extermination natural disaster caused Shinbeijian to be somewhat worried. Now that he knows that Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain is participating, he feels a lot more relieved. He left Star Traveling Pagoda in a very happy mood. After Shinbeijian left, Xiao Yuanmei walked in. She also knows about the cooperation with Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain. Brother, your little wife's martial spirit is really special. Xiao Yuanmei laughed. I have to properly study it. Yuanmei, help me with something. Qin Yun saw Xiao Yuanmei walking over, pulled her little hand, and said with smile, What is it? Speak. Xiao Yuanmei asked. Help me make some mysterious penetration Dao talismans. Qin Yun took out the Gemini treasure mirror and said, The process is very simple. I will let Sister Steamed Bun and Water Fairy work with you. I can make mysterious penetration Dao talismans. Xiao Yuanmei is very amazed. I don't know runes. Qin Yun took out a talisman paper and controlled the Gemini treasure mirror to release energy and shine it on the talisman paper. Very soon, a set of Dao runes appeared on the talisman paper. Xiao Yuanmei slightly opened her small mouth in shock. Then she loudly yelled and said with smile, Brother, this is too awesome. Your mirror is even more awesome than my mirror. I will trade with you. Qin Yun caressed her excited little face and said with smile, Yuanmei, my Gemini treasure mirror can only make runes for mysterious penetration Dao talismans. Brother, can you also refine a mirror like this for me? Xiao Yuanmei pouted and looked at the Gemini treasure mirror with envy. She leaned on Qin Yun's bosom and said, I really want one. Yuanmei, this mirror is not easy to refine. I can only make one. The main reason is because of heavenly rune. Qin Yun informed Xiao Yuanmei about Kong Feiqing's Gemini heavenly rune. So it's like this. Then wait until you make Gemini heavenly rune. You must refine one for me. Although Xiao Yuanmei is somewhat disappointed, she's still very happy because she knows that Qin Yun loves her dearly and will surely refine one for her in the future. Of course, my great aunt, Qin Yun said with smile, and then let Zi Qingsheng and Shui Tianzi out. They are in charge of arranging the talisman papers. Xiao Yuanmei is in charge of controlling the Gemini treasure mirror. That was because it required a strong mental power. Xiao Yuanmei's mental power is very strong. That is why Qin Yun let her do it. Qin Yun's injuries have not healed. Although he can walk now, his body is still very weak. He left the room to find Granny Star. He wants to give her some region origin stones, but she doesn't want them. Xiao Yun, you can keep these region origin stones for yourself. Seeing your brothers can absorb energy through the star origin great formation, they don't need region origin stones. Granny Star said, Our star traveling pagoda is already very satisfied with what we have now. Leave the region origin stones for you and those little girls. They don't cultivate star power. They need region origin stones very much. Granny Star, wait until my injuries are healed. I will help you carve star totem. Qin Yun thought about it and said, Want to consume a lot of your power? Granny Star said, Xiao Yun, you are the pagoda master. You have invested a lot for Star Traveling Pagoda. We are very grateful to you. I also gain a lot from Star Traveling Pagoda, Qin Yun said with smile. He obtained a lot of knowledge about star and runes from Star Picking Pavilion. For example, the knowledge about star and moon rune evolution is his greatest harvest. Moreover, he wants to use Gemini treasure mirror to carve it. He doesn't know whether it will work or not because he has not tried it yet. Yao Xue has been very diligent in this period of time because she can gradually unearth the potential of her heavenly rune and make her even stronger. She was very unreconciled when she lost to Lei Lang before, so now she is doing her utmost to improve herself. Qin Yun also hopes that her heavenly rune can quickly evolve and give birth to spirit. At that time, he will be able to clearly understand what kind of heavenly rune it is and use it properly. For example, Gemini heavenly rune will have great use. In the blink of an eye, 1 month passed by, and Qin Yun has finally recovered. He has been in seclusion healing during this period of time. What caused him to be somewhat surprised is that Mo has finally fallen asleep. Ling Yun had said that if Mo fell asleep, it meant that she would become stronger. At that time, she would be able to evolve her totem runes to a higher level, allowing her totem to evolve into Dao Totem. King Totem. Qin Yun looked at the first pearl of 9 Sun Divine Soul and helplessly sighed in his heart. Devil Star Overlord Dragon has not finished its evolution. 9th Heaven Xian Sparrow Yang has been in hibernation for so long. Nether Spirit's sacred blade can't be used because of self-recovery. Now, even 9 Sun Divine Hammer can't be used. These are all good things, but they can't be used for now. This caused Qin Yun to feel very melancholic. Moreover, Long Tianji's poisonous dragon spider ate a lot of dragon meat and then fell into hibernation. Sometimes I really envy them. They become stronger after eating and sleeping. Qin Yun shook his head and smiled. These creatures are just like that. Ling Yuner said with smile. Xiao Yuanmei has been very obediently crafting mysterious penetration Dao Talisman this month. After they finished crafting, Qin Yun poured in mysterious penetration divine ability power to truly complete the talisman. Shui Tianzi and Zi Qingsheng also returned to the 9 Sun Divine Soul after they finished their work. Xiao Yuanmei looked at the Gemini treasure mirror and said with smile, Brother, if I have this kind of mirror in the future, I will be able to swindle even more people. I often pretend to be an inscription master. If I can quickly craft some talismans, I will be able to swindle a lot of people. Ha ha ha. Qin Yun pinched her charming face and scolded with smile. Yuanmei, you wanted my mirror so much, so you used it to swindle people. Xiao Yuanmei returned the mirror to Qin Yun and said with charming smile, That's not it. I just want it. Yuanmei, you must have met Xiao Tian before, right? She is also a member of our inscription gate. Qin Yun said, I have met her. She's a very good big sister. I like her very much. Xiao Yuanmei nodded and said, Her martial spirit is a very awesome star spirit martial spirit. Let's go. I will bring you to find her to Star Picking Pavilion. Qin Yun said. Qin Yun is the pagoda master. Even if Xiao Yuanmei is not a disciple of Star Traveling Pagoda, she can still follow him to the small star where Star Picking Pavilion is located. Yu Shetian often stays in Star Picking Pavilion to manage the books here. Apparently, she is very fond of this place. Star Picking Pavilion is not only a place to store books, it is also a place to cultivate. At the highest floor, one can even sense the starry sky. Yu Shetian often stays at the top floor and looks at all kinds of complicated star charts. She is very obsessed with these things. Sister Tian, Xiao Yuanmei arrived at the top floor of Star Picking Pavilion. After she saw Yu Shetian, she charmingly smiled and pounced over, then hugged Yu Shutian's exquisite and delicate body. Yu Shetian is wearing white clothes. She is very smart and elegant. Her entire body is lingering with faint white star splendor, making her look like a fairy. Xiao Tian, Yuanmei is also a disciple of Inscription Gate. Qin Yun said with smile. Is that so? Then Yuanmei, you are my senior sister. Yu Shetian said with gentle smile. No, you are my senior sister. Xiao Yuanmei said with smile. Xiao Tian, I promised you before that I would refine Star Lord Inscription Spirit for you. Qin Yun said. This requires Yuanmei's cooperation. Only then can I refine it for you. Really? Yuanmei, you are really awesome. Yu Shetian looked at the charming and beautiful Xiao Yuanmei in amazement. She doesn't dare to believe it. I'm awesome. Xiao Yuanmei hastily took out her small mirror, waved it in her hand, and said, Let's begin now. Qin Yun looked at the sky and said, When refining Star Lord Inscription Spirit, it is very likely to trigger Tribulation Thunder. Chapter 10:13. The princess awakens hearing about Tribulation Thunder. Yu Shetian immediately became worried and said, Yun, let's not refine. It is too dangerous. I don't have Star Lord Inscription Spirit, so I will be fine. Xiao Yuanmei said with charming smile. Sister Tianian, what are you afraid of? My brother is very capable. What can a mere Tribulation Thunder do to him? Qin Yun laughed and took out the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet. Even without the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet, he still had the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron to protect him. Xiao Tian, when we helped Old Fatian repair his Purple Star Heavenly Dipper Shield, you drew out powerful star spirits. Now we need powerful spirit bodies to refine Star Lord Inscription Spirit. Although I have some, I want to see whether or not I can use the star spirits you drew out to refine. Qin Yun said. All right. Yu Shetian promptly nodded and said, quickly take out the spirit drawing star formation. We will begin now. This place should be able to attract star souls more easily. Hearing this, Xiao Yuanmei exclaimed in admiration and said, Sister Tian Tian, you are so awesome. You can easily draw down star spirits. Even in Immortal Desolate, this kind of thing is not easy to accomplish. If that's the case, then my brother doesn't need to use the dragon soul. Yu Shatian smiled sweetly and said, Yuanmei, your brother made the right choice in accepting me into Inscription Spirit. If we join hands, it will be a lot more convenient. Qinyan took out the spirit drawing star formation. Yu Shatian is sitting in the middle, holding a very large spirit sealing pearl in her hand. Xiao Tian, draw down 2 star spirits first. The stronger the better. Qinyan said. Amidst the boundless starry skies, a large number of astral souls could be seen drifting about. Yu Shatian is a star fairy. She can easily attract star spirits. This kind of ability is very awesome. Qinyan and Xiao Yuanmei are watching from the side. Not long after, the soul-sealing pearl in Yu Shutian's hand suddenly flickered with white light and slightly trembled. Done. Yu Shutian handed over the soul-sealing pearl to Qinyan. Qinyan took it and said with a smile, so fast. Soon after, Yu Shutian took out a soul-sealing pearl and drew in the 2nd star spirit. Very quickly, she successfully drew in the astral soul. You may, now, it is our turn to begin. Qinyan said with a smile. The Star Lord Inscription Spirit we are refining is a star spirit. It should be easier to refine. Of course. Xiao Yuanmei tightly held her mirror and released the Star Lord Inscription Spirit she recorded inside, forcing out a thread of soul power. Qinyan held the soul-sealing pearl and used the soul refining technique to release the star spirit's soul power to nourish the inscription spirit power inside Xiao Yuanmei's mirror. Yu Shutian is watching from the side in amazement. Qinyan and Xiao Yuanmei have cooperated with each other several times, so now the refining process is very smooth. Although it went smoothly, Qinyan encountered some other problems later on, especially an indescribable pressure. Xiao Yuanmei also felt the pressure and said in low voice, Brother, it's tribulation thunder pressure. Qinyan nodded. Indeed, when we were refining before, we never felt this kind of pressure. Yu Shutian anxiously asked, Are you all right? Why don't we give up? I'm fine. Qinyan controlled the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet to become bigger and cover the entire top of the pagoda. Even so, they could still feel that indescribable pressure. This mental pressure is very mysterious. It is as if it is warning them not to continue doing this kind of heaven-defying thing. Qinyan and Xiao Yuanmei are not afraid at all and continued refining. But because of this indescribable pressure, their speed of refining has become very slow. Especially at the later stage, they are very nervous. 7 days passed by. A blue light ball filled with totem runes appeared on Xiao Yuanmei's small mirror. Success. Qinyan wiped his sweat and said with smile. Rumble. At the same time, a thunder and lightning hacked down on the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet. Qinyan told Star Traveling Pagoda's disciples to enter the star-picking pavilion to avoid being affected. Many tribulation thunder appeared on the sky above the star-picking pavilion and unceasingly hacked down on the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet. Luckily, he has the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet. Otherwise, Qinyan would not have been able to block the tribulation thunder so easily. The tribulation thunder continued for a while and very quickly dispersed. This is the first time Yu Shutian experienced this kind of thing. Her jade-like face turned deathly pale in fright. She nervously held Xiao Yuanmei's hand. Her expression is filled with worry. All right, it's fine now, Xiao Yuanmei said with smile. Qinyan has already sealed the Star Lord Inscription Spirit inside the soul sealing pearl. He handed it over to Yu Shutian and said, Xiao Tian, quickly fuse with it. Yu Shutian is now relieved. Her heart is filled with excitement as she received the soul-sealing pearl. After she shattered the soul-sealing pearl, the Star Lord Inscription Spirit inside immediately entered her body. Hoo hoo hoo. Yu Shutian's delicate body rushed out with blue light and blew out a burst of light blue energy mist. She closed her eyes. Her body slowly floated up and slowly rotated on the spot. Brother, quickly look. Xiao Yueme very excitedly pulled Qin Yun's hand. Wings, her wings are so beautiful. A pair of large translucent wings suddenly appeared on Yu Shutian's back, flickering with faint blue radiance. A light blue crystal also appeared on her forehead. Her beautiful eyes look like two beautiful stars. She is the princess of Star Fairy race. Xiao Yueme said in low voice, Brother, she has awakened the bloodline of Fairy Imperial family. Mo also said before that Yu Shutian is the princess of Star Fairy race. Now Xiao Yueme can also see it. What is that thing on Xiao Tian's forehead? Qin Yun asked. Fate Star Crystal. It is almost the same as half immortal life crystal. In other words, she can easily become a half immortal and then an immortal. Xiao Yueme's expression is filled with envy as she said, I also want to become fairy princess. Her wings are so beautiful. Moreover, these fairies are very favored. They don't need to go through tribulation. Really? Qin Yun is also secretly envious. Not long after, Yu Shutian finished fusing with the wings, and her strength has also become a lot stronger. Ayun, Yueme, thank you for your Star Lord inscription spirit. It allowed me to awaken my fairy race bloodline. Yu Shutian's face is filled with sweet smile as she flapped her wings. Sister Tian, don't be in a rush to change back. I want to touch your wings. Xiao Yueme's eyes are shining. She jumped over and caressed Yu Shutian's translucent and beautiful large wings lovingly. While caressing, she sighed in admiration. Brother, you also come and touch. Xiao Yueme yelled. Yu Shutian giggled. She is also very happy. She even controlled her wings to gently stroke Xiao Yueme's face. Qin Yun walked over and gently stroked it. It is like a woman's jade-like skin, very smooth and soft, but also contains very strong power. Yu Shutian's wings are very big. It makes her look like a butterfly. Qin Yun looked at the translucent butterfly wings with frown. He discovered that there are many runes on them. They are all formed from star runes. They are very strange. Fairy Princess, I want to hug you. Xiao Yueme also floated up and hugged the absolutely beautiful Fairy Princess. Her small hands caressed all kinds of things, causing Yu Shutian to laugh delicately. Big Sister Princess, take me flying, take me flying. Xiao Yueme delicately smiled and yelled. All right. Yu Shutian is also very happy. She flew around the small star while hugging Xiao Yueme. Her speed is also very fast. After Yu Shutian and Xiao Yueme played enough, they landed on the roof of Star Picking Pavilion. Then they took back the star crystal and the wings and returned to their original appearance. Xiao Tian, can you help me draw down more star spirits? Qin Yun asked. Of course I can. Yu Shutian gently smiled and nodded. Qin Yun took out a storage pouch. There are 100 spirit sealing pearls inside and said, Can you help me get 100 of them first? No problem, Yu Shutian said with gentle smile. Ayun, no need to be polite with me. Qin Yun said with smile. Xiao Tian, you have worked hard. We won't disturb you anymore. Yu Shutian began drawing in star spirits. She knows what Qin Yun wants to do with these star spirits, so she wants to draw even better star spirits for him. Qin Yun left the small star with Xiao Yueme and returned to Star Traveling Pagoda. Just as they returned, Xiao Yueme cried out in alarm. She took out a sound transmission magic tool and said, Rujing sent me sound transmission. She released the voice from the magic tool and heard Xian Rujing's yell. Little girl Yueme, are you together with that bastard brother of yours? I have arrived at 100 Pagoda City. Quickly come get me. We have captured Dragon's sect. Big Sister Rujing, how is the battle situation? Did you suffer great losses? Qin Yun hastily asked. Great fart. Those bastards were scared witless by us. More than half of them ran away in a short while. We did not even need to fight, and they all knelt down. Xian Rujing said in a very bad mood. If I had known it would be like this, I would not have wasted my time. I would not have been able to fight to my heart's content. Qingyun, I heard you are very awesome. Quickly come and fight with me. I won't fight with you. If you lose, you will surely bite me. Qingyun curled his lips and said, Less nonsense. Quickly come get me. Xian Rujing shouted. We will go immediately. Xiao Yueme put away the sound transmission magic tool with smile and said to Qingyun with mischievous smile, Brother, this woman is a good thing. Big sister and sister Bingxing want you to take her dual spirit immortal vein. Don't talk about this. Qingyun pinched Xiao Yueme's face and said with smile, When you see Rujing, don't talk about this matter, otherwise it will be awkward. Xiao Yueme and Qingyun flew out of Star Traveling Pagoda. On the way, Qingyun sent sound transmission to Xian Rujing telling her to go to Morong Manor. Then he sent sound transmission to City Master Morong, telling him to receive Xian Rujing. Xian Rujing did not come alone. She came together with Jian Shitian, Bao Changsho, and other people. Long Sangxing is also here. City Master Morong found out that they are Qin Yun's friends. He did not slow down and very enthusiastically received Jian Shitian and the others. Ying Qingyu is also here. He is very familiar with Bao Changsho and Jian Shitian. Now he is energetically flattering them. Bao Changsho and the others find it very strange. They feel that Ying Qingyu must have eaten the wrong medicine. He is actually so enthusiastic towards them. Not long after, Qingyun and Xiao Yueme arrived. Seniors, long time no see, haha. Qingyun entered the reception hall and saw Bao Changsho, Jian Shitian, and the others. Qingyun, wherever you go, you are doing very well. Jian Shitian said with smile. Not bad. Everyone please sit down. Qingyun said. Qingyun also has something to discuss with Bao Changsho and the others. After Bao Changsho sat down, he said, Ordinary realm has been exterminated. World extermination, heavenly calamity will arrive at Xian Domain very soon. Although we have exterminated Dragon Sect, we don't plan to stay here for long. We will leave for transcending Xianxi region as soon as possible. Oh, that's right. When the heavenly calamity arrived at Ordinary Realm, some strange phenomenon appeared. You might be interested. Chapter 1014. Mysterious Map Fragment Chapter 1014. Mysterious Map Fragment. Qingyun is not surprised that world extermination heavenly calamity appeared. He is just curious about what kind of phenomenon it is. According to his conjecture, world extermination heavenly calamity releases formidable power. It must condense energy. During this process, some strange phenomenon must appear. Bao Changsho looked at Xian Rujing and said, Elder Xian, you understand this phenomenon better. You explain it to me. Xian Rujing came from a mortal desolate. Moreover, she is a member of a mortal family. She knows many things. When world extermination heavenly calamity appeared, I was in a mortal weapons spirit pagoda. At that time, I received news from a mortal desolate telling me to pay attention to the 9 suns in the sky. Then I noticed that one of the 9 suns in the sky has many black stripes on its surface. Xian Rujing said, You could directly see those stripes? Qingyun said with frown. Indeed, they only appear occasionally. I observed them for a few days and only saw them 3 times. But I can be sure that they are very rare phenomena. Xian Rujing nodded and said, What kind of stripes are they? Do you have a record? Qingyun asked again. Xian Rujing took out a mirror, handed it over to Qingyun, and said, I recorded it on this mirror, but it is not clear. Following her control, the mirror flickered with intense sunlight. Qingyun squinted his eyes and looked at the sun in the mirror. He can only vaguely see it. Suddenly, a large area of black stripes appeared on the sun's surface. It looks like a huge black net covering the sun's surface. But it only appeared for a few seconds. Can you see what it is? Xian Rujing asked. Qingyun shook his head. He needs to ask Yao Fong or Xieqiru to determine what it is. We can talk about this later. You said before that you want to enter transcending Xianxi region? Qingyun asked. Indeed, although transcending Xianxi region might be affected, that is a matter for later. That is the only place we can hide now. Jian Shirtian nodded and said, Xian Domain won't be able to hold on for long. You don't need to go to transcending Xianxi region. You can go to ancient domain. You came at the right time, Qinyan said with smile. Then he informed Jian Shirtian and others about Starry Sky Road and ancient domain, causing them to be endlessly pleasantly surprised. If we can enter ancient domain, it will be better than transcending Xianxi region, Xian Rujing said. Of course, sooner or later transcending Xianxi region will encounter world extermination, heavenly calamity, but ancient domain won't, Jian Shirtian said with smile. Then it settled. Qin Yun, please introduce us to the higher-ups of 100 Pagoda sect. No problem, Qin Yun said with a smile. Now that he has brought more people into the ancient domain, it is for the sake of safety. The ancient domain had existed for several epochs. There were definitely all kinds of powers there. Although the ancient domain had invited them over, they still had to be on guard. Maybe ancient domain needs some other powers to join them. If there were enough people and they were strong enough, they wouldn't have to worry about being bullied. Qin Yun brought along Bao Changsho and others to 100 Pagoda sect to find Shun Beijian. This was also what he had discussed with Shun Beijian. Now, Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain side still haven't come to an agreement, so 100 Pagoda sect is still under the threat of Ghost Beast Overlord. If Jian family and other experts join in, 100 Pagoda sect will be a lot safer. Qin Yun brought Bao Changsho and others to Divine Sword Pagoda. After greeting them, he brought Xian Rujing and Xiao Yueme back to Star Traveling Pagoda. Inside a secret room, Xian Rujing is eating Xiao Yueme's fruits with big mouthfuls. She doesn't look like a woman at all. Rujing, you should know a lot about that strange phenomenon, Qin Yun said. Indeed, I know a lot about it. I didn't say it because there were too many people. It was inconvenient to say it, Xian Rujing said. Then you can say it now, Qin Yun said with smile. I am now peak martial emperor. I still lack a bit of maturity to draw down half immortal tribulation. I need to cultivate together with you for a while, Xian Rujing said with sigh. Immortal Weapon Palace has been destroyed. Immortal Weapon Spirit Pagoda and Sun and Moon Immortal Bed have been given to Sister Bing Xing to bring to Immortal Desolate. I want you to help me break through. This is no problem. Quickly tell me about that strange phenomenon. Qin Yun laughed. He has several thousand high-quality Regent Origin Stones in his hands. It is more than enough. 9 suns falling down to the 9 Desolate will destroy the 9 Desolate. Then it will be reborn again. After the 9 Desolate is reborn from fire, new 9 suns will be born, a new era will be born, and the cycle will repeat, Xian Rujing said. In previous world extermination, 9 suns fell together and destroyed the 9 Desolate. But this time there is a big change. Xiao Yueme continued her words and said, the prophecy of world extermination should have come long ago, but it has only begun now. Moreover, this time the suns are falling one after the other, not together. Xian Rujing nodded and said, indeed, moreover there is a strange phenomenon. Quickly tell me what this strange phenomenon means. Qin Yun is somewhat impatient. He looked at Xiao Yueme and said, Yueme, do you know about this strange phenomenon? I also want to know, but Rujing doesn't want to tell me. Xiao Yueme lightly groaned and then patted Xian Rujing's butt. Little girl, if I tell you, how can I make a deal with your brother? Xian Rujing proudly smiled and said, Qin Yun, you will surely be very interested in this strange phenomenon. As she spoke, she took out an even larger round mirror and placed it on a table. It was as big as the tabletop. Look, Xian Rujing pointed at the surface of the mirror. Qin Yun and Xiao Yueme looked over and saw a dark red sun on the surface of the mirror. There are very clear black runes on the surface. It looks like a net covering the surface of the sun. What is this? Qin Yun shook his head and said, this is not a sun totem. It is not a sun rune. It is also not a heavenly rune. It is not even a rune. That's because it's not complete. We need to gather all the black runes on the surface of the 9 suns to know what it is, Xian Rujing said. When can we gather all the black runes on the surface of the 9 suns? Look at you. You are still acting so mysterious. Qin Yun sighed and said, how can it be useless? You should know that it can only be seen in a specific place. Our Xian family built Immortal Weapon Palace and Immortal Weapon Spirit Pagoda and Spirit Desolate to observe this. Xian Rujing groaned and said, after I return, I will report this to my superiors. Really? Qin Yun hastily took out Gemini Treasure Mirror and recorded those black runes. Why would I lie to you? Do you think I'm like Yuemei who likes to swindle people? Xian Rujing glared at Qin Yun. Then again, I am wearing the slave governing collar. Oomph. Xiao Yuemei delicately groaned, poked Xian Rujing's waist, and said with smile, brother, she is wearing the slave governing collar. She is your little slave. Quickly make her do something. Wretched girl. Xian Rujing immediately cursed and pinched Xiao Yuemei's cheek. Don't instigate your brother to do bad things. Don't mess around. Qin Yun said with smile. How can I gather all 9 suns? Xian Rujing let go of Xiao Yuemei's cheek and said, I don't know. Wait until I go to Immortal Desolate. I will investigate. Qin Yun looked at the black runes on the mirror. He wants to know what they are, but he can't see anything. Qin Yun, I want to go to Ancient Domain. I want to go to Transcending Xianxi region and enter Immortal Desolate through Immortal Gate. Xian Rujing said, Bing Xing and others are there. I want to go find her. Can I go to Guanghan Palace after going to Immortal Desolate? Qin Yun asked, Of course I can, but it will be very difficult. Quickly help me break through. Xian Rujing said, All right, come find me tonight. I still have some matters to take care of. Qin Yun thought about it and said, Xiao Yuemei said with charming smile, Why night? Xian Rujing pouted and said, Little girl, don't think blindly. Your brother has lecherous thoughts, but doesn't have guts. At most he will use Dragon Claw Hand on me. He won't even dare to do anything to me. Ice Mother Tigress, be a bit careful. Qin Yun said with mischievous smile. Yuemei, let's go. Take me to stroll around. I want to eat some delicious food. Xian Rujing saw Qin Yun's naughty expression and cannot help but feel worried. She hastily pulled Xiao Yuemei and left. Qin Yun stored away the Gemini Treasure Mirror, took out the Immortal Graveyard Diagram, and contacted Xie Karu. After contacting Xie Karu, Qin Yun informed her about the sun's strange phenomenon. Xie Karu's previous life's name was Xian Karu. She was the daughter of Immortal Desolate Great Emperor. She is a member of Immortal Imperial family. She must know why immortals have been collecting these runes for so many years. Xie Karu did not immediately reply after hearing this. She remained silent. After Qin Yun called her a few times, Xie Karu faintly sighed and said, Xiao Yun, actually we immortals have not been able to understand these runes because we have not collected them all. However, according to the ancient book left behind by those people from last era, it is a map. What map? Qin Yun asked. I also don't know. First help Rujing break through half Immortal Tribulation, and then let her return to Immortal Desolate. Xian Rujing is really something. Back then she clearly followed Yuelon and others to Guanghan Palace, but now she can directly return. Qin Yun curled his lips and said, Rujing wants to collect the map fragments. That is why she stayed behind. Moreover, maybe she has some kind of objective? Xie Karu said with light smile. All right, I won't disturb you anymore. Objective? What kind of objective can she have? Qin Yun thought about it and stored the Immortal Graveyard Diagram. Ling Yuner said with smile, Xiao Yun, Xian Rujing wants to have sex with you to obtain your sacred sun spirit vein. So long as she has sex with you, she will be able to cultivate 9 sacred sun immortal vein. You should be a bit careful. Don't talk nonsense. Qin Yun curled his lips and said. Then he took out the Gemini Treasure Mirror and began carving Star Totem on it. He wants to see whether or not Gemini Treasure Mirror can carve Star Totem on talisman paper or martial spirit. This way, he won't need to spend time carving later. Although his carving speed is very fast, he can use the Gemini Treasure Mirror to carve even faster. While he is earnestly carving Star Totem, he suddenly sensed movement from the first pearl of 9 Sun Divine Soul. He promptly looked inside and discovered that the surface of the Devil Star Tyrant Dragon is flickering with golden light and trembling. He doesn't know what is going on. Chapter 10:15. Starry Sky Bandit Xin Yun placed the Devil Star Overlord Dragon in Yao Feng's place. He is also very much looking forward to it. This is a very formidable puppet. Moreover, it has very strong defense. Especially now that it has evolved, it will surely become even stronger. Before, he fused the Devil Star Overlord Dragon with a large pile of heavenly beast bones and kept evolving. Now there is finally some movement. Not long after Qin Yun finished carving the star totem, there is finally some movement. Sister Yao Feng, what is the situation with my Devil Star Overlord Dragon? Qin Yun hastily asked. It can be used soon. It is very awesome. Maybe only immortal tools can harm this thing. Yao Feng said. I will try and see if I can pour some of my power into it and make it even stronger. All right, Qin Yun said in pleasant surprise. At this time, Xian Rujing knocked on the door of the secret room and yelled, Qin Yun, I am here. Qin Yun hastily opened the door and let Xian Rujing in. It is almost night. Can we begin? Xian Rujing is somewhat impatient and said, Cultivating together? When cultivating together, the more people there are, the better. Qin Yun said, This time I will not be cultivating normally. I will be drawing down tribulation thunder. So we cannot cultivate here. Maybe there will be some danger. We will go somewhere else. Xian Rujing said in low voice. We must go far away from here. All right. I will inform Yuanmei and the others. Qin Yun took out a sound transmission box and told Xiao Yuanmei that he will be going out with Xian Rujing. Bring me to a place where there is no one. Maybe we will draw down tribulation thunder. Xian Rujing's expression is grave. This matter is very important. You must be a bit serious. Qin Yun nodded, then brought Xian Rujing into the starry sky teleportation formation and arrived at that small star. Then he brought Xian Rujing and started flying in the starry sky. I wonder where this starry sky is. Spirit desolate people should not be able to come here. Xian Rujing felt very relieved seeing that they have arrived at such a place. She followed behind Qin Yun and flew toward the light down the distance. Rujing, are you confident that you can cross tribulation if you charge again? Qin Yun asked in amazement. Back then, Xian Rujing's cultivation was about the same as his. But now Xian Rujing is about to become a half-immortal. Of course, I can sense it, Xian Rujing said. She is very clear about the speed of dual cultivation with Qin Yun. Moreover, Qin Yun has a great amount of Regent Origin stones. It is enough for her to raise her cultivation and draw tribulation thunder. They flew through the void at a very fast speed, gradually leaving the area where the star-picking pavilion was located. Several hours later, Qin Yun and Xian Rujing saw a light red star ahead. Then they increased their speed and flew over. Let's choose that star. There shouldn't be anyone in this region, right? Xian Rujing said. There are people who are not afraid. Qin Yun said. If world extermination, heavenly calamity descends, people with ability can also fly in the void. However, without enough resources or star chart, getting lost in the void is very dangerous. Xian Rujing looked all around. There's only emptiness everywhere. The faint red star in front of him floated alone in the void. Although the starry sky was filled with stars, only after going to the starry sky did one realize that the stars were very far apart from each other. Qin Yun and Xian Rujing landed on the faint red star, then looked all around to make sure there is no one here. Then they went underground. Even though they are underground, Xian Rujing is still not at ease, so she asked Qin Yun to set up a barrier around the stone room. It should be fine, right? Qin Yun laughed. We are hiding so well. If we die here, nobody will know even if we stink. Don't talk nonsense. Xian Rujing glared at him and said in charming voice. Quickly begin. Qin Yun took out the 9 condensation Dao formation and 10 high-quality region origin stones. He is now cultivating together with Xian Rujing. He can also obtain great benefits. Qin Yun and Xian Rujing cultivated together before, so he is at ease letting her take the lead. Xian Rujing needs a lot of energy, the 10 high-quality Regent Origin Stones were quickly absorbed. Qin Yun can only take out more Regent Origin Stones for Xian Rujing to absorb. Xian Rujing is a peak martial emperor. With her leading me in cultivation, maybe I can break through even faster. This woman has that dual spirit immortal vein. She can transform the energy inside Regent Origin Stones into immortal power. Qin Yun said in his heart, Xiao Yun, if you F***ck her, you will also be able to cultivate immortal veins. Moreover, it will be 9 sacred sun immortal veins. Ling Yuner said with charming smile, Aren't you very excited? Qin Yun groaned. He looked at the cold and elegant Xian Rujing. She is indeed a very beautiful woman. Xian Rujing is very earnestly cultivating. She doesn't know that Qin Yun is looking at her beautiful face. A few days later, Xian Rujing's body suddenly overflowed with frantic power. Lightning suddenly burst out. Qin Yun, quickly take me out and get far away from me. Xian Rujing suddenly opened her eyes and yelled, is it coming? How can it be so fast? Qin Yun is somewhat amazed, then used mysterious penetration divine ability to bring her to the ground. Quickly leave. Get far away from me. Don't come over by any means. Xian Rujing's expression is grave. She said in low voice and looked at the sky at the same time. This light red small star is not affected by the tribulation of 9 suns. It is also very dusky. But now the sky is flickering with densely packed lightning. Do you need my help? I have a very powerful immortal tool. Qin Yun took out heaven and earth devil's sealing goblet and said, No need, I could do it myself. If you rely too much on a mortal tool during tribulation, your body will not be able to strengthen. Xian Rujing urged, Quickly get far away from me. Don't get sucked in. All right, you must cross. Qin Yun is also very worried. Before leaving, he held Xian Rujing's lily-white hand. Xian Rujing felt a lot relieved after Qin Yun left. Even though she and Qin Yun quarreled frequently, they're still very concerned about each other. Qin Yun flew to the distance and looked at the place where lightning is flickering ahead. He is very anxious. Not long after, a large amount of lightning appeared and dropped down on the ground. Xiao Yun, Xian Rujing has heavenly tribulation divine ability. Crossing tribulation should not be a difficult matter for her. Maybe she can even cultivate inside and make her heavenly tribulation divine ability even stronger. Ling Yuner said with smile. You should have also seen she insisted on facing tribulation thunder on her own. It can also temper her body. No wonder old Fei Tian is so fat. He doesn't even dare to face tribulation thunder when crossing tribulation. Qin Yun said with smile. While he is waiting at the distance, he suddenly sensed some aura approaching. Someone is coming? Motherfucker, how could someone find this place? Qin Yun promptly flew to the void. He wants to block these people so that they don't disturb Xian Rujing's tribulation. Sure enough, a large group of people have arrived. These guys, the strongest, are only peak martial emperors. They're youngsters and middle-aged people. Qin Yun looked at the dozens of people ahead and said in his heart, Those dozens of people also saw Qin Yun flying over. Who are you? The leader of the group is a black, clothed middle-aged man. His eyes are filled with disdain as he sized up Qin Yun. My friend is crossing tribulation over there. Please don't disturb him. Qin Yun said, I am asking you, who are you? Answer my question. That middle-aged man shouted in a stern voice. My name is Qin Yun. You don't even know me. Qin Yun said, he is secretly furious in his heart. These people have come with bad intentions. It's fine as long as you have a name. Are you wandering in the starry sky? Join us and do odd jobs for us. The black-clothed middle-aged man said, We are not wandering. We are here to cross tribulation. Qin Yun very amiably explained. He is also very gloomy. He did not expect to meet these people here. Less nonsense, quickly agree. The black-clothed middle-aged man took out something that looks like a beast governing collar and said, Come, put it on. Qin Yun's brows creased and said, Why should I join you? Why? Ha ha ha. That black-clothed middle-aged man immediately burst into laughter. Others also burst into laughter. The person crossing tribulation is your master, right? You're just an initial stage martial emperor. You're standing alone in front of us, and you still dare to ask why. Because of our fists, a youth said with sneer. We will capture you and then threaten your master. That will be a lot easier. Be obedient and put on the dog collar. Youngster, look clearly at the reality. You have no choice but to run into us. Do you know who we are? We are the strongest gang in this region. Chinyan finally realized that these people are a group of bandits. They specifically target people who are wandering in the starry sky. So you are a group of bandits. Chinyan suddenly laughed loudly and said, "What did you say?" The black-clothed middle-aged man's expression greatly changed. He furiously roared, "You dare say we are bandits? We are nobles. You lowly people. After seeing us, not only did you not obediently salute, you even dared to call us bandits. Nobles? Even the ruffians on the side of the street have more temperament than you." Chinyan said with sneer, "Little bastard, are you tired of living? See how I deal with you." The black-clothed middle-aged man said in anger, "Father, calm down, let me capture him." A red-clothed youth flew towards Chinyan with a long whip in his hand, waved his hand, and said with sneer, "This kind of guy, just properly whip him and he will become obedient." The long whip made a crisp sound as it rushed towards Chinyan's face. Chinyan's heart is also filled with fury. He grabbed the flaming long whip. After the group of people saw this, they are greatly alarmed. Third Brother's flame whip is a very powerful king tool. This guy can actually grab it with bare hands. The black-clothed middle-aged man said in alarm with frown, "Third Brother, be careful. Bastard." The red-clothed youth furiously shouted. He wanted to pull back the whip, but he can't move it. Chinyan sneered, vigorously pulled the red-clothed youth, then fiercely punched the youth's face. Bang! Chinyan's fist landed on the red-clothed youth's face and exploded with a loud sound. Lightning radiated in all directions, causing the red-clothed youth to scream miserably. "Using fist to speak, that's what you said." Boom! Chinyan punched again, hit the red-clothed youth's chest, poured a berserk heavenly might power, brought along vibration power, and sent the red-clothed youth flying. Chapter 10:16. Falling Sun Father. I'm done for. The third brother endured the pain and cried out, "With just this bit of ability, you are actually so rude and unreasonable." Chinyan said with sneer. That group of people saw that the red-clothed youth was crippled by Chinyan in just a few moves. Each and every one of them are endlessly fearful, because most of them are mid-stage martial emperors or late-stage martial emperors. The green-clothed middle-aged man said angrily, "You bastard, you're dead. You're dead. You want me to wear a dog collar for no reason and do such an insulting thing to me? Shouldn't you reflect on your own mistakes?" Chinyan said coldly, "What do we do wrong? In this area, the one with the biggest fist is the law. Bastard, I will definitely crush all the bones in your body." The azure-clothed, middle-aged man treated his son's injuries. Chinyan took out the Lion King cannon and said, "Trying to reason with you bandits is a waste of breath." The green-clothed, middle-aged man said coldly, "A bastard like you will die sooner or later if you continue to drift in the starry sky of the universe. We made you our dog, but we gave you a way out. Not only did you not appreciate our kindness, but you even rebelled against us. You are the one in the wrong." Preposterous. Forcing people to be slaves, you actually think it's reasonable. Chinyan furiously said, "You bunch of bandits, go to hell." While speaking, Chinyan's Lion King cannon condensed a ball of light and shot towards those people. Boom! The Lion King cannon condensed a very powerful energy and shot forward. Those people did not expect that the Lion King cannon would be so powerful. They were scattered in an instant. At this time, they also knew that the guy they met was not as weak as the vagrants they had met before. Chinyan was not a vagrant. "Die for me, you bunch of bandits." Chinyan controlled the Lion King cannon and attacked anyone he sees. Boom, boom, boom. In just a few blinks of an eye, more than 10 people were blasted into sparks by the Lion King cannon. The green-robed middle-aged man was shocked and furious. "Bastard, stop!" the middle-aged man roared. "I'm going to kill you." Boom! A ball of flames flickered with intense light, bringing with it powerful energy as it flew over. The green-robed middle-aged man was hit, and his son was also turned into sparks. "Little bastard, you are dead for sure." The azure-clothed middle-aged man roared crazily and charged at Qin Yun. Seeing him coming over, Qin Yun released supergravity. That cyan-clothed middle-aged man's body immediately sank down. Just as he was about to fall down, Qin Yun rushed over, brandished the Lion King cannon, and vigorously attacked the cyan-clothed middle-aged man's head. Bang! The green-clothed middle-aged man was beaten until his head was bleeding, and he was sent flying into the distance. Qin Yun hastily controlled the Lion King cannon, aimed at the few people who were running away, and quickly fired a few shots. Boom, boom, boom. Following a series of explosions, several people in the distance exploded in the void like fireworks. Immediately after, he released his throwing dagger practitioner weapon and chased after dozens of other people who were fleeing. Screams sounded out one after another. More than 20 youths were killed by the throwing knife practitioner weapons in an instant. That group of people were completely stupefied. They truly did not expect an initial stage martial emperor to be so terrifying. If they had known, they would not have dared to provoke Qin Yun, even if they were given 10 guts. "You still want to run?" Qin Yun said coldly. "Don't you bandits like to reason with your fists?" Qin Yun rushed over and punched the green-clothed middle-aged man's face, causing him to scream loudly. The green-clothed middle-aged man's head is already bleeding. Now that he has received a heavy punch, he is seeing stars. He started screaming and wailing miserably. There are still a few people running away in the distance, but after being targeted by Qin Yun's Lion King cannon, they very quickly turned into sparks and exploded. The energy poured into the Lion King cannon contains heavenly might power. Although Qin Yun has only comprehended first layer of heavenly might Dao technique, as long as the energy contains a trace of heavenly might power, it will be strengthened by a lot and even become very berserk. Initial stage and mid-stage martial emperors without powerful defensive tools cannot even withstand 2 shots. Even if they have powerful defensive tools, they will still be seriously injured after being hit by a few shots. The green-clothed middle-aged man looked at the people he brought with him being destroyed like fireworks. He is filled with fear and regret in his heart. "You bandits have harmed many people over the years. Now it is time for you to repay." Qin Yun held the Lion King cannon with one hand and placed it on the green-clothed middle-aged man's head. Boom! Cannon sound echoed. The green-clothed middle-aged man's body immediately turned into multicolored sparks that blossomed brilliantly in the sky. A group of bandits overestimating their capabilities. They are still so arrogant. Qin Yun said disdainfully. If they were peak martial emperors with a bit of strength, he would have taken their martial spirits and Dao cores. But they are trash. He is not interested in them at all. There should be many small groups like this in the starry sky. They ran into you. It could be considered as courting death, Ling Yuner said with smile. After Qin Yun finished fighting, he continued looking at the situation on Xian Rujing's side. Xian Rujing's side is still not over. Tribulation Thunder's might has not weakened a bit. Instead, it is continuously increasing in strength. This woman Rujing is only going through her first tribulation, but her might is already so strong. How can it be like this? Qin Yun is somewhat worried in his heart. This is hard to say. Ling Yuner said, some Tribulation Thunder are very special. If it is a person who has done too much evil, they would not be able to resist for long before being blasted into dregs. Oh, Rujing should be able to cross. Qin Yun is very worried in his heart. There should be no problem, Ling Yuner said with smile. You are so worried about her. Are you interested in her? Don't talk nonsense. She is also my friend. It is very normal for me to be concerned about my friend. Qin Yun curled his lips and said, Don't you know what I am thinking? Qin Yun anxiously waited for less than half a day. The Tribulation Thunder finally dispersed. He hastily flew over. After he arrived, he saw Xian Rujing lying on the ground. Her whole body is burnt black like charcoal. Her injuries are not light. Qin Yun hastily hugged her, sent some energy into her body, then stuck healing talismans on her body. Ice Mother Tigress, are you all right? Xian Rujing opened her eyes. A smile appeared on the corner of her mouth, and she said, I succeeded. I am now half immortal. I know. Your injuries are not light. Qin Yun hugged her, controlled the tree totem to fly out of her body and wrap around Xian Rujing. Xian Rujing is wrapped up by the tree totem. Her recovery is very fast. What caused Qin Yun to be amazed is that the energy inside her body is increasing bit by bit. I have crossed half immortal tribulation. The energy inside my body is transforming bit by bit. After it is completely transformed, I will be fine, Xian Rujing said in soft voice. Her burnt black skin is also gradually falling off. Then new snow-white skin grew out. It is as tender as a baby. Qin Yun felt a lot relieved and continued healing her injuries. 3 days passed by. Xian Rujing has completely recovered. She took out a house and started bathing her body. After bathing, Xian Rujing changed into a clean white dress. Her long hair is draped over her shoulders. It is combed into a high bun. Her gorgeous face is filled with ice-cold arrogance. Congratulations on becoming half immortal, Qin Yun said with smile. Thanks. Xian Rujing faintly smiled at Qin Yun. We should return, Qin Yun said. Just now some small bandits came over. I killed them. I am worried that even stronger people will come over. All right. Xian Rujing is very happy that she can become half immortal because her cultivation speed is not slow. If she was an immortal desolate, maybe it would not be this fast. Inside Star Traveling Pagoda, Xian Rujing and Qin Yun have returned. Xian Rujing said, I will immediately set off for transcending Xianxi region to look for Immortal Gate. Qin Yun thought about it and said, Rujing, I might also go to transcending Xianxi region later. We will contact each other at that time. Even if you go, you won't be able to enter Immortal Desolate through Immortal Gate. But I can, Xian Rujing said. You will know when the time comes. Qin Yun laughed. Be a bit careful on the road. There are many formidable things inside, transcending Xianxi region. I know. You should also be careful. Xian Rujing nodded. I will send you out, Qin Yun said. He sent off Xian Rujing and returned to Star Traveling Pagoda. He saw Xiao Yuemei inside the living room. She is playing with her small mirror. Brother, did Rujing go to transcending Xianxi region? Xiao Yuemei curiously asked. Indeed, she left in a hurry. I don't know why, Qin Yun said with smile. She must be in a hurry to return to Immortal Desolate, Xiao Yuemei said with charming smile. Brother, if 9 Sun sects participate, the Starry Sky Road will be finished very quickly. When we go to Ancient Domain, maybe purple crystal coins will be useless. You should quickly spend all the purple crystal coins in your hands. Indeed, Qin Yun said with smile. I can use them to buy king-quality Ghost Beast Emperor Essence Stones. Brother, when you fought Su Xiaoba, you destroyed that huge star with one palm strike. What kind of martial art was that? Xiao Yuemei curiously asked. It was star-breaking palm. It could be considered a Dao technique. It was created especially for vibration martial spirit. I don't know how I suddenly learned it. Maybe it has something to do with my martial spirit. Qin Yun said with smile. Do you want to learn it? So, it is a Dao technique. It is so ugly but so strong. Xiao Yuemei exclaimed in admiration and said, I have always been curious about what kind of martial art it is. While they were talking, a very strong light suddenly appeared outside of the window. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuemei arrived at the bedside and discovered that the sunlight has become very strong. Xiao Yuemei looked at the sky and cried out in fear. Brother, the sun is about to fall. Qin Yun looked at the sky, and sure enough, the sun is slowly falling and becoming very big. Everyone in the Spirit Desolate would definitely be able to see this scene. Qin Yun is filled with shock as he looked at the sun falling down until it disappeared. What is going on? Qin Yun's heart is jumping crazily. He believes that the sun will destroy this place. It might have fallen in martial desolate. Next it will be devil beast desolate, and spirit desolate. Ling Yuner said in low voice. Now that a sun has suddenly disappeared from the sky, everyone in 9 desolate can surely sense it. Sect Master Wei should still be in martial desolate. I hope he is fine, Qin Yun said with sigh. Sect Master Wei can fly. He can fly to starry sky to hide. Xiao Yuanmei said with smile. This won't do. I must go find Pagoda Master Shun and quickly finish the Starry Sky Road. Otherwise, Xian Domain will be completely destroyed, and it will be too late. Qin Yun hastily left Star Traveling Pagoda. After he left, he saw that there are many people floating in the sky. They are all looking at the 8 suns in amazement and discussing spiritedly. Chapter 10:17. Young thug Qin Yun attempted to absorb the 9 suns' spiritual energy and was surprised to discover that he could actually absorb the 9 suns' spiritual energy. There were only 8 suns in the sky, but the 9 suns' spiritual energy was still there. Yuner, I can still absorb the 9 suns' spiritual energy. Is it because there's a lot of 9 suns' spiritual energy left in the world? Qin Yun asked anxiously. It's not clear yet. The matter of 9 suns is very mysterious. Let's wait and see. Ling Yuner said. I wonder when the next sun will fall. Qin Yun is very worried that he will not be able to make it in time. He is afraid that Xian Domain will be destroyed before the Starry Sky Road is finished. The destruction of the world isn't done in one go. It's done one after another. Xiao Yun, you don't have to worry about this matter right now. Ling Yuner said with smile. If there really is something big, Sister Kiru will definitely tell you. Xiao Yuanmei looked at the 8 suns in the sky and sighed. I really can't bear to part with these 9 suns. If they all disappear, where will I go to bask in the sun in the future? Yuanmei, all the suns have disappeared. This should be a matter for a very long time. There is no need to worry for now. Qin Yun said with smile. Only if we can go to Divine Desolate will we be able to see the last sun fall. Xiao Yuanmei let out a long sigh and said, we can't even go to Sacred Desolate, let alone Divine Desolate. Demon Immortal Great Emperor and Immortal Desolate Great Emperor were powerful enough, right? They're currently blocked outside the gate of the Sacred Wasteland. Xiao Yuanmei's past life knows very well how difficult it is to enter Sacred Desolate. If Immortal Desolate is destroyed in the future, they can only wander the starry sky. Qin Yun stroked her long hair and said with smile, your brother is awesome. I can definitely bring you to Sacred Desolate. At that time, we will join hands and deceive those fellows from Sacred Wasteland. Xiao Yuanmei giggled and said, brother, I believe you can definitely do it. Granny Star knocked on the door and yelled, Xiao Yun, something big has happened. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei hastily opened the door and invited Granny Star in. The important matter Granny Star is talking about is naturally the matter of 1 less sun. Granny Star, no need to worry. If something really happens, we can just teleport to Star Picking Pavilion to avoid it. Qin Yun said with smile. Granny Star nodded her head. Back then, Star Traveling Pagoda seniors truly had great foresight. They were able to foresee the coming of world extermination. So they built Star Picking Pavilion. Xiao Yun, it will be best if you don't run around recklessly during this period of time. Stay inside 100 Pagoda sect. If something happens, we will immediately retreat. She treats Qin Yun as a real pagoda master and is very worried about him. I know. Qin Yun nodded and said, go find Xiao Tian and tell her everything. All right. Granny Star hastily left for Star Picking Pavilion. Xiao Yuanmei also pulled Granny Star's hand and followed them. She wants to find you Shutian, the Star Fairy, to play with. Qin Yun took out a small pagoda. Inside this pagoda are Yang Chongtian and Zhang Rong. It is a gift from Su Luan. Originally, he planned to kill these 2 fellows, but after thinking about it, he felt that they might be useful in the future, so he temporarily kept them alive. Yang Chongtian and Zhang Rong thought that they managed to climb up the big tree that is Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain. They did not expect that they would be sold out by Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain in the blink of an eye. Now they are imprisoned inside the pagoda. Heaven and earth have no response. Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain's people are all viciously cursing them. Qin Yun took out a sound transmission magic tool and received Shun Beijian's message. Pagoda Master Qin, people from Golden Sun Sect have come to find me. They said they want to discuss some important matters. Will you come? Shun Beijian asked. All right, I will go take a look. Qin Yun immediately decided. Soon after, he left for Divine Sword Pagoda. Now he is a very respected person inside Divine Sword Pagoda, so it is very easy for him to enter Divine Sword Pagoda. Xia Wufeng is not here. He went out to hunt ghost beasts. He has been improving his sword arts through real combat. He is also very diligent. Golden Sun Sect is located in transcending Xianxi region's Golden Sun Island. It is one of the 9 sun sects. In transcending Xianxi region, they're called Golden Sun Island. After coming to Xian Domain, they call themselves Golden Sun Sect. This way they sound more like a sect. During the fight against Dragon Sect, Qin Yun met Golden Sun Sect's inscription master Jin He. Jin He is a very rare inscription master in Xian Domain, and Golden Sun Sect has many of them. It can be clearly seen that the foundation of these 9 sun sects is very deep. Qin Yun was brought to a reception hall by an old man. Shun Beijian is also here. Pagoda Master Qin, Jian family people came to find me before. We had a good chat and decided to cooperate. Shun Beijian said with smile. I did not expect that you would be so awesome in ordinary realm. Qin Yun laughed and said, you are both sword cultivators. Exchanging pointers with each other will be very beneficial for both sides. Shun Beijian nodded and said with smile. Indeed, Xiao Xie brought Jian family disciples to kill ghost beast emperors. Jian families Jian Nanhu, Jian Meng, and a few others can be considered as Qin Yun's friends. Moreover, they're all sword cultivators. Especially Jian Nanhu, he is a rather warlike person. He will surely be able to get along with him. Pagoda Master Shun, what do Golden Sun Sect people want to discuss? Qin Yun asked. I also don't know. They only said that it is very important and also beneficial for both sides. Shun Beijian said, I am now sect master. They also said that they want to discuss with me. All right, I will just listen from the side. Qin Yun nodded. After a while, Golden Sun Sect people arrived. There are 7 of them. The one walking in the front is a young man holding a golden long sword. He is wearing luxurious golden clothes. Behind him are middle-aged and old men. Moreover, they are all half-immortals. Only that young man is a peak martial emperor, but he is walking in the front. It is clear that his position is very high. After the old man from Divine Sword Pagoda brought the Golden Sun Sect people, he hastily left and closed the door. You are 100 Pagoda Sect's Sect Master Shun Beijian? That young man's tone is neither cold nor warm. His expression is filled with disdain as he asked, if you have something to say, just say it directly. Shun Beijian saw that the other party's attitude is very bad. He also did not show any good expression, but still politely said, please sit. After everyone sat down, Qin Yun went over to pour tea for them. That young man said, I am Jin Jingwei from transcending Xianxi region's Golden Sun Island. My father is the 7th elder of Golden Sun Sect. My grandfather is the sect master of Golden Sun Sect. My grandfather called me here to discuss the matter of Ghost Beast Overlord with you. Shun Beijian is not at all surprised after knowing this young man's identity. His face is still expressionless. Golden Sun Sect's sect master has lived for a very long time. He has many children and grandchildren. If this kind of grandson is not very heaven-defying, he would not be valued at all. Because Shun Beijian is also like this, he has many grandchildren. He is only fond of those who are more talented. As for those who can't be supported, he sends them far away. Please continue, Shun Beijian said. Jin Jingwei is somewhat angry because Shun Beijian is not fawning on him. His grandfather is the sect master of Golden Sun Sect. Back when the Dragon Sect was not destroyed, a large group of people prostrated themselves to him. This matter is very important. Let's wait for this guy to scram. Jin Jingwei glared at Qin Yun and shouted, "Still not scramming? Why are you still standing here?" Just as Shin Beijian is about to become angry, he heard Qin Yun say, "Pagoda Master Shun, I will leave immediately." Shin Beijian can see that Qin Yun is so calm and collected. He thought of something and nodded his head. He has no choice but to admire Qin Yun. This kind of venerable master is very formidable. He is being looked down upon like this, but he is not even a bit angry. Although Qin Yun has left, he can use mysterious penetration divine ability and leave his mental power inside to eavesdrop on the conversation inside. Seeing Qin Yun leave, Jin Jingwei disdainfully groaned, then looked at Shin Beijian and said, "Your 100 Pagoda sect is facing the threat of ghost beasts. Our Golden Sun sect is very powerful. We can help you resolve this crisis. However, you will need to give us 10,000 high-quality Regent Origin Stones. Could it be that you don't know about the matter between us and Flame, Sun, Heavenly Mountain?" Shin Beijian said, "It is precisely because we know that we came here. It is impossible for your 100 Pagoda sect to rely on your own power to resolve the ghost beast crisis. And since you have offended Flame, Sun, Heavenly Mountain, they will not help you. Now, only our Golden Sun sect can help you." Jin Jingwei very proudly said with smile, "You won 5,000 high-quality Regent Origin Stones before. You will get 5,000 more every year. 10,000 is nothing to you." Golden Sun sect's people don't know that Qin Yun and Su Luan are secretly cooperating. One of them is helping to exterminate ghost beasts. Shin Beijian laughed loudly and said, 10,000 is too expensive. How about 100 high-quality Regent Origin Stones?" Jin Jingwei became furious hearing this. He vigorously slapped the armrest of his chair and said in stern voice, "Shin Beijian, you are insulting us. We came here to help you with sincerity." Shin Beijian said with smile, "Young Master Jin, please calm down. Our 100 Pagoda sect can deal with ghost beasts on our own. We appreciate your good intention." "You." Jin Jingwei is immediately speechless. He clenched his teeth and said again, "When the time comes, don't come and beg us." "Many thanks, young Master Jin. I will send you off." Shin Beijian directly sent them off. "No need to send me off," Jin Jingwei furiously said. He got up and opened the door to see Qin Yun standing outside. He furiously roared at Qin Yun. "What are you looking at? Do you believe that this young master will not dig out your dog eyes?" Qin Yun only faintly smiled and did not say anything. After all, this guy is just a rude and unreasonable silk pants. His mouth is very fierce, that's all. If Jin Jingwei wants to attack, Qin Yun will surely retaliate like thunder. "You are in my territory, be a bit more polite. Otherwise I will make you scram," Shin Beijian said in deep voice. "All right, your 100 Pagoda sect defeated Flame, Sun, Heavenly Mountain. Do you think other 9 Sun sects are idiots? Your 100 Pagoda sect, I will remember this. I will make you regret it," Jin Jingwei loudly shouted. Shin Beijian shook his head, then called over a few half-immortals to send off Golden Sun sect's people. He looked at Qin Yun and said with smile, 10,000 high-quality Regent Origin Stones. He really thinks that we will beg them to take action. Qin Yun said with smile, "Pagoda Master Shun, you are looking down on their appetite. In the beginning, it is only 10,000 high-quality Regent Origin Stones. In the middle, they will surely think of all kinds of ways to increase the price." Shin Beijian laughed, then suddenly said in amazement, "Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain's people came to find me. They must have discussed it among themselves." Chapter 1018. To be invited to see Flame, Sun, Heavenly Mountain only sent Su Luan. He was the same as Jin Jingwei. He was the person in charge of the sect. He had led a group of disciples here to search for clues about the ancient domain. After Su Luan entered the reception hall, Qin Yun politely poured tea for him. This caused Su Luan to be overwhelmed by the favor. "Pagoda Master Qin, I have already discussed the cooperation with Pagoda Master Shun. Our Flame, Sun, Heavenly Mountain's higher-ups want to know the details. For example, the materials needed to construct the Starry Sky Road, as well as roughly when it will be completed. Su Luan said. Su Luan's meaning is very clear. He wants to see more blueprints. Qin Yun paced back and forth in the hall, deep in thought. I know, you are worried that we will leak the secret. You can rest assured about this matter. Before we look through all the blueprints, we will first sign a confidentiality sole contract with you. Su Luan said with a smile. All right, I will show you most of the blueprint, but I will keep the core part. Qin Yun glanced at Shen Beijian. He said. Shen Beijian nodded and took out many blueprints. Qin Yun put away the core parts and said, These blueprints should be enough for you to judge. Su Luan looked at the blueprint and said in amazement, Pagoda Master Qin, the amount of time and materials required to build the Starry Sky Road far exceeds our imagination. The ancient domain is located in a very flourishing starry sea. Moreover, there are all kinds of barriers protecting the ancient domain. If you want to teleport there, you will naturally need a lot of materials. Qin Yun said with a smile, Senior Su, your flame, Sun Heavenly Mountain has deep foundation. This should not be a problem for you, right? Pagoda Master Qin, I won't hide it from you. This matter is indeed not difficult for us. But now, it seems that time is very important. The Starry Sky Road can only be constructed in the Xian domain. If the Xian domain is destroyed, even if we have the blueprint, it will be useless. Su Luan's expression became grave. Everyone knew that a sun had just fallen. Su Luan means, Qin Yun asked. We want to cooperate with the other 9 sun sects. Su Luan said, We have not informed the other 9 sun sects about this matter yet. If they know, they will surely join in. Qin Yun and Shen Beijian glanced at each other because Golden Sun Sect's Jin Jingwei has just finished acting arrogantly here. Qin Yun also wants to finish building the Starry Sky Road as soon as possible. If all 8-9 Sun sects participate, then he and you, Shutian, won't even need to deal with it. They could just wait for them to finish. If they participate, we will definitely have their sect masters sign a contract with you all so that you can rest assured. Su Luan said. Old Su, do you know Jin Jingwei? Qin Yun asked. Of course I know him. What's wrong with him? Su Luan is somewhat amazed and hastily asked. Shen Beijian laughed, and then told Su Luan about what Jin Jingwei told him. After Su Luan heard this, he laughed heartily and said, This brat. Rest assured, I guarantee that Gold Sun Sect will not come to cause trouble for you. Furthermore, if they all participate, I will let them attack together to solve the Ghost Beast crisis. All right, then I'll have to trouble Elder Su to talk to the other 9 Sun sects. Qin Yun said, Oh, that's right, Pagoda Master Qin. This matter regarding mysterious penetration Dao Talisman. You must remember it. Su Lin said with some embarrassment. Your injury should be more or less healed by now, right? Now that Su Luan has found a way to enter ancient domain. Even if he loses several tens of thousands of Regent Origin Stones, he will be able to report back after completing his mission. But if he can bring back some mysterious penetration Dao Talismans, it would be even better. Qin Yun took out a storage pouch and said with a smile, Elder Su, my talismans are finished. Where are your 1,000 best quality Regent Origin Stones? Su Luan is stunned. He took the storage pouch and took a look. There are indeed 1,000 mysterious penetration Dao Talismans inside. This. So fast. Su Luan's eyes are wide open. Shen Beijian also exclaimed in admiration from the side and said, I heard from Murong that making mysterious penetration Dao Talismans is very difficult. My Divine Sword Pagoda's inscription masters also said that these talismans must have many kinds of complicated Dao runes, star and moon runes. How long will it take to make 1,000 talismans? Actually, this was not done by me alone. Qin Yun said with a smile. Pagoda Master Qin, I still don't have enough best quality Regent Origin Stones. But I can sign soul contract with you. Wait for me to return. I will surely gather enough Regent Origin Stones for you. While speaking, Su Luan is constantly looking inside the storage pouch and taking out a stack of mysterious penetration Dao Talismans. His expression is filled with amazement. All right, Qin Yun nodded with a smile. Su Luan now feels incomparable reverence toward Qin Yun. Although Qin Yun is only a martial emperor, in terms of inscription, he is indeed at the level of a venerable master. Su Luan promptly signed soul contract with Qin Yun and Shun Beijian. If he violates the contract, he will be punished. If it is serious, his soul might even fly away and scatter. It is best to sign soul contract with 2 people. This way, even if one person dies, as long as the other person is still alive, the soul contract will still exist. Just as Su Luan was about to leave, he immediately turned his head and said, "Pagoda Master Qin, we attach great importance to the Starry Sky Road, and you are the one who will provide the blueprint. When the time comes, we might need you to explain this matter to other 9 sun sects." "No problem. It is my duty." Qin Yun nodded. "How about this? Pagoda Master Qin will accompany us to transcending Xian Sea region," Su Luan said with smile. "You can rest assured, we will not harm you. We will all go to ancient domain." "This can I bring people with me?" Qin Yun asked. "No problem," Su Luan said. Qin Yun hastily returned to Star Traveling Pagoda. He wants to bring Xiao Yuanmei with him. Originally, he wanted to bring Yi Yaoxue, Hong Mengshu, and others with him. But after arriving at Star Traveling Pagoda, he discovered that they are all cultivating. Yu Shatian has researched a kind of cultivation method that can coordinate with Sun and Moon Heart Sutra to allow them to cultivate star power. There are all kinds of cultivation paths. There are even some paths that no one has ever walked before. Yu Shatian is the princess of Star Fairy race. She can quickly absorb star power. Yi Yaoxue and Kong Feiqing also have marvelous heavenly runes. Their heavenly runes can influence other people's martial spirits. This way, they can cultivate together with Hong Mengshu and Gong Fian. This is what Xiao Yuanmei told Qin Yun. After hearing this, Qin Yun feels that it is very mystical. He even wants to join them, but now he has to go to transcending Xianxi region with Su Luan. "Brother, let's go." Xiao Yuanmei pulled Qin Yun and walked out of Star Picking Pavilion. "This is a cultivation method for women. Don't get involved. Although I am not the main person cultivating Sun and Moonheart Sutra, I am the core." Qin Yun curled his lips and said, "If I had known earlier, I would have gone to transcending Xianxi region with Rujing." Xiao Yuanmei pulled Qin Yun and arrived at the Starry Sky teleportation formation. She is very excited because she wants to go to transcending Xianxi region. "Little girl, you only know how to play all day." Qin Yun pinched her nose and scolded with smile. "I am just bored." Xiao Yuanmei pouted and said, "You are good. Your cultivation can mysteriously increase. Even if it doesn't increase, you will still have very formidable power," Qin Yun said with smile. He opened the teleportation formation and returned to Star Traveling Pagoda. Xiao Yuanmei's strength is also very mysterious, especially now. She can use the power of many martial spirits. She can use all the martial spirits in her mirror, but she can only use a few at the same time. She needs a period of time to switch between martial spirits. Su Luan is inside Divine Sword Pagoda, waiting for Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei to arrive, and then left for Murong Manor. Qin Yun arrived at Murong Manor, gave City Master Murong and Old Fei Tian some mysterious penetration Dao talismans, and obtained 50 best quality region origin stones from them. "You want to go to transcending Xianxi region?" "I will also go," Ing Qingyu said with smile. "This time, we will be going on Senior Su's ship. It will surely be very comfortable. Let's go." Senior Su chuckled and said, "Brother Yu, I wonder if you have ever been to our Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain? I wanted to go for a long time, but never had the opportunity." Ing Qingyu chuckled and said, "Now the opportunity has come. When the time comes, I will ask Senior Su to bring me around." Su Luan said with smile, then left Murong Manor with Qin Yun and the others, leaving 100 Pagoda City. After leaving 100 Pagoda City, they saw a kilometer-long fiery red ship floating at low altitude. "What big ship," Xiao Yuanmei said with charming smile. "It won't be boring on it." Ing Qingyu also chuckled because traveling on such a big ship is simply a pleasure. It is much better than traveling alone. Qin Yun and the others followed behind Su Luan and very soon arrived on the ship and arrived at a large hall inside the ship. There are table after table filled with sumptuous dishes, fruits, and desserts. Many Flame, Sun, Heavenly Mountains disciples are holding bowls, walking between the tables, and eating all kinds of dishes. When Xiao Yuanmei boarded the ship, she said she is hungry, so Su Luan brought them to this large hall. It is basically a dining hall. As soon as Su Luan arrived, everyone stopped and saluted Su Luan. That young man beside Senior Su, he looks very familiar. Indeed, I think I saw him not too long ago. That is Qin Yun. Is this true? Why is Qin Yun here? Could it be that he was captured by Senior Su? As expected of Senior Su, he actually managed to capture Qin Yun. The large dining hall immediately became filled with all kinds of discussions. Xiao Yuanmei took out a bowl. It is as big as a wash basin. She opened her beautiful eyes wide and drooled as she walked over. She quickly picked up some food. She is not the least bit polite. She is treating this place as her own home. Grandfather, you are truly my good grandfather. You knew that I wanted to fight Qin Yun, so you captured him. Very good. I will surely beat him until his teeth fall all over the floor. Ha ha ha. Su Xiaoba rushed over with a big laugh. Qin Yun, let's quickly fight. Xiaoba, don't be rude. Pagoda Master Qin is our guest. Su Luan is also feeling very embarrassed because of these disciples. Qin Yun used his mental power to control a fruit to fly over and stuffed it into Su Xiaoba's wide-open mouth. He said with a smile, Su Xiaoba, I don't want to fight you now. Wait until I become mid-stage martial emperor. At that time, I will find you to spar with me. Chapter 1019. Sea Beast. Flame Sun Heavenly Mountains. Other people are very amazed. Su Luan is actually treating Qin Yun as an honored guest. It seems like he wants to bring him back to Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain. Old Xiao also arrived. After seeing Qin Yun, he said with a smile, Pagoda Master Qin, welcome, welcome. Treat this place as your own home. No need to be reserved. Perhaps there were some misunderstandings before, but it is all in the past now. We are friends. Old Xiao also knows about the matter of Starry Sky Road. Now that Qin Yun has arrived, he is very welcoming. His face is filled with smile. What caused the younger generation of Flame, Sun, Heavenly Mountain to be startled is that a few older generation actually walked over and enthusiastically greeted Qin Yun. It must be known that it is very rare for older generation to enthusiastically chat with younger generation. Only geniuses like Lei Lang can chat with them. Even Lei Lang is often reprimanded by them. And now Qin Yun is chatting and laughing with them. It is as if they are old friends. Xiao Yuanmei walked over with a lot of vegetables. She also put many fruits and desserts in her storage bag. No matter how stupid Su Xiaoba is, he can see that Qin Yun has not been captured. Rather, he has been invited, so he can only endure. Little girl, why are you so gluttonous? How can you use a wash basin to store vegetables? Your face is as thick as this wash basin. Su Xiaoba saw Xiao Yuanmei walk over and stood beside Qin Yun and said in a very bad mood, I'm taller than you, older than you, I eat more than you. Well, why do you have to call me little girl? So what if I use a wash basin to store vegetables? These are for me and my brother to eat. My brother is stronger than you, so he eats more than you. It is very normal. Xiao Yuanmei delicately groaned and said. Su Xiaoba immediately exploded hearing this. He took out a large bucket and began crazily filling it with vegetables. He loudly shouted, Look, I eat more than your brother. I'm stronger than him. Everyone saw Su Xiaoba taking out a large bucket of vegetables and felt that it is very comical, but they don't dare to say anything. When you feed pigs, use a bucket. Xiao Yuanmei curled her lips and said. This caused everyone to burst into laughter, but they hastily held back their laughter because they are worried that Su Xiaoba will find out. Su Xiaoba is a very vengeful person. If someone provokes him, he will beat them up in the middle of the night. Little girl, are you calling me a pig? Su Xiaoba furiously shouted. I never said you were a pig. You just think so yourself. Xiao Yuanmei said with charming smile. Xiaoba, be a bit more polite. Su Luan reprimanded. Su Xiaoba is about to explode in anger. Being bullied by Qin Yun is one thing, but a little girl is also bullying him. She's weaker than me. Why should I be polite to her? I'm only polite to the strong. If you want me to be polite to her, then we should at least fight to a draw, Su Xiaoba said unwillingly. Little friend, how about this? Elder sister will compete with you. If you lose, when you see me in the future, you'll have to call me great aunt. How about it? Xiao Yuemei said with smile. Her eyes are filled with craftiness. No problem. If you lose, let your brother fight with me. How about it? Su Xiaoba wiped his nose, placed a bucket of vegetables on the ground, then rolled up his sleeves and said, Let's go outside and fight. I'm not a martial emperor yet. Do you think I can defeat you? I only want to compete with you, not fight with you. Xiao Yuemei delicately groaned and said. Su Lun wanted to stop her, but Qin Yun said with smile, It's fine. Everyone is very curious about what Xiao Yuemei wants to compete with Su Xiaoba. I am a peak martial emperor, and you are just a martial king. No matter what, I can defeat you. Su Xiaoba is incomparably confident. He said with sneer, If you lose, let your brother fight with me. Qin Yun is not worried about Xiao Yuemei at all. Su Xiaoba is a straightforward person. He can't win against Xiao Yuemei. We will play rock, paper, scissors. Do you know how to play rock, paper, scissors? Xiao Yuemei said. Everyone is dumbfounded. This is a game played by children. You're taller than me, older than me, yet you are still playing this childish game? You're just a little girl? Su Xiaoba said with sneer. How can I not know this kind of childish game? I will surely win. Come, Xiao Yuemei said with smile. Rock, paper, scissors. Xiao Yuemei used scissors, and Su Xiaoba used punches. Ha ha ha. I already said that I am unparalleled. Su Xiaoba very proudly laughed and said, Little girl, you will surely lose. There are still 2 more rounds. Xiao Yuemei very calmly said with smile. All right. Rock, paper, scissors. Xiao Yuemei used scissors, and Su Xiaoba used paper. Xiao Yuemei won. Su Xiaoba groaned and said, There is still 1 more round. I will surely win. Xiao Yuemei used scissors again, and Su Xiaoba used paper again. Su Xiaoba lost. Fuck. Little girl, why do you keep using scissors? This is against the rules. Su Xiaoba loudly shouted. Everyone slightly shook their heads. Apparently, they know Su Xiaoba's character very well. Quickly call me great aunt, Xiao Yuemei proudly said with smile. She is holding a large chicken drumstick in her hand and eating it. Qin Yun feels that this is somewhat strange because Xiao Yuemei is very certain that she will win. Even he doesn't dare to say that he will surely win in rock, paper, scissors because it all depends on luck. Su Lun and other few old men slightly frowned. They feel that Xiao Yuemei is somewhat strange, but they don't know whether this is a coincidence or not. Little rascal, if you don't want to call me great aunt, then don't call me great aunt. I don't expect you to fulfill your promise anyways. Xiao Yuemei saw Su Xiaoba's unconvinced expression and delicately groaned. You won rock, paper, scissors. What kind of skill is that? You are just lucky. If you lost to me in strength, I would have been convinced by you. Su Xiaoba loudly shouted. Do you believe that I can beat you 10 times in a row in rock, paper, scissors? Xiao Yuemei said with charming smile. I don't believe it. If you can beat me 10 times in a row, I will call you great aunt. I, Su Xiaoba, swear that if I can't do it, I will change my name to Su Xiaogo. Su Xiaoba loudly shouted. All right, then let's begin. Xiao Yuemei said with smile. Come, Su Xiaoba said with sneer. Soon after, they guessed 10 times in a row, and Xiao Yuemei really won 10 times in a row. Now everyone feels that this matter is not going to be so easy. It is indeed very strange that Xiao Yuemei can win 10 times in a row. Su Luan said in alarm. Pagoda Master Qin, your little sister is truly skilled. Qin Yun doesn't know how Xiao Yuemei did it. He can only ask her later. Su Xiaoba's expression is very unsightly because he really did not expect that someone could win 10 times in a row. He gritted his teeth, roared, then ran out with the bucket of vegetables. Su Xiaogo. Xiao Yuemei giggled. Xiaoba's been like this since childhood. I hope you two don't take offense. Su Luan shook his head and sighed. It's fine, Qin Yun said with smile. Soon after, Su Luan arranged for Qin Yun and the others to a luxurious room. Xiao Yuanmei placed the dishes on the table, released a bit of flame to heat them up, and began eating with great relish. Yingxingyu rarely has the opportunity to brag with flame, sun, heavenly mountains people, so he did not stay idle. He went out to brag with Su Luan and the others. Qinyan stayed in his room and ate the fruits Xiao Yuanmei brought over. Yuanmei, how did you win 10 times in a row? Qinyan curiously asked. I have time martial spirit in my mirror. It allows me to see the future for a split second. Then I won. Xiao Yuanmei giggled and said, if he plays with me 100 times, he will lose 100 times. That little shameless bastard is not this young lady's match. See the future? Truly awesome. Qin Yun laughed in amazement and pinched Xiao Yuanmei, whose mouth is covered with oil. I can only foresee the future for a split second. It's not very useful. I also don't know if I can foresee even longer when I become stronger in the future. At that time, I will definitely win if I gamble or something. Xiao Yuanmei very happily laughed. Qin Yun rolled his eyes. This little girl actually wants to use this ability to gamble. The large ship has already started flying towards transcending Xianxi region. Transcending Xianxi region is a super huge ocean. Moreover, it has a very mysterious power. After entering transcending Xianxi region, it is very difficult to fly more than 10 meters. Moreover, the heavier and bigger one is, the more difficult it is to fly. Moreover, even if one flies at very low altitude, their speed is very slow because they are blocked by a kind of strange resistance. Therefore, when the large ship arrived at the seaside, it landed on the water and started moving very quickly. Nighttime. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei arrived at the deck of the ship. The large ship is steadily moving on the sea. There are many people patrolling around the large ship. These people are not weak. They're all peak martial emperors. They are patrolling the ship. We can't fly in transcending Xianxi region. Won't the journey be very long? Qin Yun looked ahead at the pitch-black sea. Su Luan and Yingxingyu are also here. You don't know about this. Not only we can't fly in transcending Xianxi region, it is also filled with all kinds of dangers. Even half immortals have to come out to patrol at night. Otherwise, if we encounter a huge sea beast, the entire ship will be devoured. Yingxingyu said, this ship is very big. There are actually sea beasts that can devour an entire ship. Qin Yun is even more amazed. Ignorant and inexperienced. A voice came from the distance. It is Su Xiaoba. Shameless Su Xiaoba, you finally have the face to come out? Xiao Yuanmei said with smile. Su Xiaoba's skin is very thick. He directly ignored Xiao Yuanmei, walked towards Qin Yun, and said, on the way back, our ship will surely encounter giant sea beasts. At that time, we will compete and see who can kill giant sea beasts faster. Qin Yun is also very interested. He said with smile, can I use equipment? Su Xiaoba took out a spear and said in cold voice, of course you can. Sea beasts are about to appear. I will kill one first to show you. Just as he finished speaking, the calm sea surface began surging up and down violently. The large ship also began rocking. Qin Yun sensed a formidable aura rushing up from the bottom of the sea. There is something below the large ship. Suddenly, a huge barrier appeared on the large ship and enveloped the entire ship. Then the ship started moving forward at a very fast speed. Crash! The large ship suddenly flew more than 10 meters and started moving forward at a very fast speed. Suddenly, a sea beast appeared behind them with its huge mouth wide open. Qin Yun looked back and saw a huge mountain suddenly appear behind them. It is a sea beast. Moreover, its whole body is filled with evil energy. This kind of aura is very similar to that of a ghost beast emperor. Roar! The sea beast let out a sharp roar and quickly chased up. Su Xiaoba raised his spear and yelled, start counting. Let's see how long it will take me to kill that thing. Then, Chapter 10:20. Eternal Jade Island. Xiao Yuanmei very earnestly counted in her heart as she looked at the direction Su Xiaoba is flying towards. In the darkness of the night, The two eyes of the giant sea beast can be seen flickering with purple light. They look like two huge purple light balls. Because the ship is very sturdy and has a protective barrier protecting it. Otherwise, it would have been destroyed by the sound wave of the giant sea beast's roar. Transcending Xianxi region is very vast. All the resources are at the bottom of the sea, causing the spiritual energy at the bottom of the sea to be very abundant. As long as the beasts hide at the bottom of the sea and drink the seawater, they will gradually grow bigger. That is why transcending Xianxi region can give birth to these giant beasts. Su Luin said, that giant sea beast had very dense, evil energy on its body. It looked like a ghost beast. Qinyan said, in the depths of transcending Xianxi region, there are many abysses at the bottom of the sea that connect to other worlds. A great number of evil spirits come out from there. Therefore, the giant sea beasts at the bottom of the sea will gradually transform into ghost beasts. That giant sea beast just now is in the process of transforming. It is not a true ghost beast. Su Luin explained, this transcending Xianxi region is truly filled with all kinds of mysteries. Qin Yun exclaimed in admiration, isn't that so? But it won't be long before transcending Xianxi region will be destroyed. Su Luin sighed and said, although transcending Xianxi region is filled with all kinds of dangers, it is undoubtedly a great cradle for nurturing life. What a pity! World extermination power cannot be resisted. Transcending Xianxi region's destruction is only a matter of time. Su Xiaoba is fighting the giant sea beast at the front. He is using a strange world extermination power to condense it into a spear and then piercing it into the giant sea beast body. He is piercing back and forth inside the giant sea beast body, attacking its vital parts. Boom, boom. Two muffled sounds came from the sea beast body. Two white beams of light shot out from the sea beast's huge body into the sky. This is Su Xiaoba's world extermination power. The giant sea beast loudly roared, causing the sea water to surge up and down violently. Two large white holes appeared on the giant sea beast's back. Even Su Xiaoba is unable to fly high in the sky. He can only attack from a low altitude while circling around the giant sea monster's body. Su Xiaoba did not approach it. Instead, he kept punching from afar. White fist images containing world exterminating power gave rise to huge waves as they attacked the sea giant beast. The kind of world-destroying power was extremely terrifying. At this moment, it turned into a berserk wave that slammed out, causing the sea behemoth's body to split open. All kinds of flesh and armor flew everywhere. If it was during the day, one would definitely be able to see the sea of blood of the giant sea beast changing the color of the sea. The giant sea beast's voice gradually became weaker, and Su Xiaoba returned to the boat. I counted 300, Xiao Yuanmei said. So long to kill that sea monster, truly weak. Little girl, that's very fast. Su Xiaoba coldly groaned and said, you little girl who doesn't understand anything. Don't speak nonsense here. Shameless Su Xiaoba, big sister understands more than you. Xiao Yuanmei charmingly smiled and made a face at Su Xiaoba. You say I am weak, why don't you give it a try? Su Xiaoba said, if I were a peak martial emperor, I would be faster than you. My cultivation is too low, my power is limited. Xiao Yuanmei stuck out her tongue and said with playful smile, my brother will surely deal with the giant sea monster faster than you. The ship is already far away from the corpse of the giant sea monster. There is a huge commotion over there. It seems like a large number of giant sea monsters are fighting over the corpse. Su Xiaoba is standing at the bow of the ship, looking ahead, and said, relax, more giant sea monsters will appear tonight. At that time, you will know how weak your brother is. Ha ha ha. Qingyan also wants to see how strong these giant sea monsters are. He is secretly waiting for the next one to appear. Senior Su, you have been in transcending Xianxi region for so long. Do you know where the immortal gate to Immortal Desolate is? Qingyan asked. This? I don't know. The location of the immortal gate is not fixed, Sometimes it only stays for an hour and then disappears. Su Luan shook his head. Even if you find the immortal gate, it will be useless. It is very difficult to pass through. If you want to go to Mortal Desolate, you should properly cultivate to become immortal. Qin Yin took out a sound transmission magic tool and sent sound transmission to Xian Rujing. He wants to see if she is in the vicinity, but he can't get in touch with her. There is commotion ahead. Su Xiaoba suddenly pointed ahead and said, Qin Yin, it is your turn. There's a giant sea monster ahead. The ship immediately stopped. Qin Yin earnestly sensed the aura of the giant sea monster and then flew over. Su Luan warned, Pagoda Master Qin, be careful. The giant sea monster ahead is a bit more powerful than the previous one. The evil energy on its body is even stronger. Qin Yin has already sensed the giant sea monster, but he is not afraid at all. The stronger the evil energy of the giant sea monster, the more he likes it. The giant sea monster is only very big. Its power is equivalent to mid-stage martial emperor. Because its body is very big, its skin and flesh are very thick, it is not easy to kill in one go. So long as it is not a completely transformed giant sea monster, even late-stage martial emperors can kill it. It will only take a bit more time. After Qin Yin flew over, he condensed overwhelming righteous power. The giant sea monster has also discovered him and started rushing over. This thing should be very easy to kill. Qin Yin pointed ahead. The pitch-black night sky shook with a clear and melodious explosion. Qin Yun's 2 fingers shot out a white light. He unleashed piercing heavenly fingers, piercing mountain, and splitting earth finger. The frantic finger power is filled with the imposing aura of heavenly might and overwhelming righteous power. It transformed into white thunder and lightning and rushed towards the giant sea monster's head. It is as fast as wind and lightning. The giant sea monster can also sense the fear of this power. It let out a roar and slowed down its speed. However, the finger power has already penetrated through the giant sea monster's head. Boom, boom, boom. The finger power entered the giant sea monster's body from head to toe and wreaked havoc inside. From head to tail, the frantic finger power rushed through the giant sea monster's more than 2,000 meters long body. The giant sea monster's mouth is filled with huge teeth, and the filth inside its body unceasingly gushed out. The giant sea monster that was incomparably brave and fierce just a moment ago has now become half dead and half alive. Using overwhelming righteous power is truly easy. Qin Yun knows that these evil things are just paper tigers in front of overwhelming righteous power. Su Xiaoba firmly clenched his fists and gritted his teeth, because Qin Yun has easily injured this giant sea monster. Moreover, this giant sea monster is a bit stronger than the previous one. Moreover, Qin Yun is not using any equipment. Su Luan and Ying Xingyu are also secretly apprehensive. They did not expect that Qin Yun would so easily cripple a giant sea monster. There are many Flame, Sun, Heavenly Mountain disciples watching from the ship. They are all endlessly amazed and exclaimed in admiration at Qin Yun's dreadful power. Bang! Qin Yun again unleashed piercing mountain and splitting earth finger. This time the finger power is even more astonishing. The huge white thunder and lightning entered the giant sea monster's mouth. Boom! The finger power entered the giant sea monster's body and exploded under Qin Yun's control, producing a loud explosion. The giant sea monster has been cut in half from the middle. It's done. Qin Yun flew at low altitude and returned to the deck. I counted 200 times. My brother was faster than you, Xiao Yuanmei said with charming smile. Shameless Su Xiaoba, what else do you have to say? Oomph. Su Xiaoba very unhappily groaned, then turned around and returned to the deck. Su Luan shook his head and sighed. The giant sea beast in front of them was killed, and the ship flew past them. Su Luan said, It will take more than 10 days to reach Flame Sun Island. On the way, we will need to pass through 3 islands to replenish the ship's energy. Ying Qingyu said with smile, Nine sun sects are very close to Xian domain. It is indeed very close. It is also very convenient for us to go ashore. However, it is only very close to us. If we don't have people on this ship, it will be very difficult to travel this distance. Su Luan said with smile. Qin Yun curiously asked, Senior Su, what kind of energy is this ship using? Purple crystal or region origin stone? Su Luan shook his head and said with smile, Neither. It is beast oil. Qin Yun is startled in his heart. He did not expect beast oil to have such a great use. Ing Qingyu said, There is a lot of beast oil in transcending Xianxi region, but the process of collecting it is very complicated and dangerous. Only powerful factions have enough ability to collect it. Moreover, the beast oil needs to be refined into king-grade beast oil in the later stage. Only then can it be used as energy. Qin Yun has a bottle in his hand. There is a great amount of beast oil inside. He mainly uses it to refine artillery shells. It is indeed very powerful. In the blink of an eye, Qin Yun spent 2 days on the ship. At daybreak, Su Luan told him that they will stop at an island in 2 hours. They will stop there for a day. Qin Yun and Xiao Yu may want to go to the island to take a look, so they immediately left the room and arrived at the deck. Su Luan and the others frequently go to these islands, so they don't have anything good to see, so they didn't go. However, he sent a woman to bring Qin Yun to the island to take a stroll in the bustling streets. This island is called Eternal Jade Island. It is not small. As they approached, they saw many large ships anchored on this island. Qin Yun and Xiao Yueme left the ship with a yellow-clothed woman and arrived at the shore. Xiao Yueme wants to see if there is anything good to eat on this island, so she asked the yellow-clothed woman to bring them along. The yellow-clothed woman is called Hua Yimei. She is one of the more outstanding female disciples of Flame, Sun, Heavenly Mountain. She is a late-stage martial emperor. Her appearance is very sweet. Her smile has 2 small dimples. She is a very gentle woman. Hua Yimei pulled Xiao Yuemei's hand and said with gentle smile, Yueme, there's a shop ahead that specializes in selling all kinds of fruits. You will surely like it. Let's quickly go take a look. Xiao Yueme very impatiently pulled Hua Yimei over. On the way, Qin Yun is only casually looking around. He wants to understand the strength of transcending Xianxi region's people. Su Luan said before that 9 sun sects have a great influence on transcending Xianxi region's people. Many cultivation methods have been passed down by 9 sun sects. Therefore, transcending Xianxi region's people are not weak. They are on the same level as Xian domain. Hua Yimei brought Qin Yun and Xiao Yueme into the fruit shop and immediately smelled a burst of fruity fragrance. There are many crystal cabinets in the lobby. There are many large fruits inside. They are brightly colored. Some are even glowing, and some have very strange shapes. Xiao Mei, why are you here? Did Flame, Sun, Heavenly Mountain also go back? Someone suddenly yelled. Chapter 1021. Fire Sun Island. Qin Yun hastily turned around to avoid being seen by Jin Jingwei. Jin Jingwei came to Hua Yimei's side with an extremely fake smile on his face. Xiao Mei, I haven't seen you for a few months, and you've become even more beautiful. So beautiful that I almost couldn't recognize you. Hua Yimei furrowed her brows and greeted, Hello, young Master Jin. Jin Jingwei also saw Xiao Yueme, who is currently picking fruits and walking over. His eyes cannot help but shine as he stared at Xiao Yuemei's charming face in a daze. Xiao Mei, this is... Jin Jingwei looked at Xiao Yueme with a smile. She is my junior sister, Hua Yimei hastily said. She knows that she must keep this matter a secret. Xiao Yueme can see that Qin Yun is pretending to pick fruits with his back facing Jin Jingwei. She can roughly see what is going on. Senior sister, who is he? Xiao Yueme asked in low voice. I am Jin Jingwei, the grandson of Gold Sun Island's Gold Sun sect master. May I know your name? Jin Jingwei asked with a smile. My name is Gu Nai Nai, Xiao Yueme said with charming smile. Is my name nice to hear? Nice to hear, nice to hear. Nice to meet you, Nai Nai. Jin Jingwei said with smile. He also feels that this name is somewhat strange. Xiao Yuemei walked to Qin Yun's side, pulled his hand and said, Xiao Yun, I want these fruits, help me pay the bill. Qin Yun promptly turned around, causing Jin Jingwei to be startled. You're the one who poured the tea. Jin Jingwei naturally remembers Qin Yun. Back then, he was infuriated by Shun Beijian and wanted to beat Qin Yun up to vent his anger. Hello, young Master Jin, Qin Yun said with smile, then touched Xiao Yuemei's face. Seeing how intimate Qin Yun and Xiao Yuemei are, Jin Jingwei became extremely jealous and said, Xiao Mei, this person is from 100 Pagoda sect. How can he be with you? Hua Yimei doesn't know what Qin Yun and Xiao Yuemei are doing, but she can see that they are cooperating. Qin Yun said, I am now a disciple of Flame, Sun, Heavenly Mountain. Xiao Yuemei said in low voice, Quickly pay the bill. I want to eat fruit. If you don't pay me, I won't marry you. When Jin Jingwei heard this, he hurriedly said, Nai, don't marry him. This guy was just a servant who poured tea. Was he going to pay the bill? Let me do it. Young Master Jin, you are sect master's grandson. You must be very rich. Then can I buy a few more fruits? Xiao Yuemei hastily let go of Qin Yun's hand and looked at Jin Jingwei with adoration. Qin Yun snickered in his heart. Xiao Yuemei has made Jin Jingwei take the bait in a short while. No problem. Take whatever fruit you like. Don't stand on ceremony. Jin Jingwei laughed heartily and said, Nai, remember in the future, don't ever hang out with this kind of poor ghost. He even procrastinates when paying the bill. Alas, young Master Jin, not everyone could be like you and become the sect leader's grandson. What's more, how can a little girl like me climb up the social ladder like you? Xiao Yuemei faintly sighed. I can just marry anyone and make do with it. Nai, don't. Marry me, I am very rich. Jin Jingwei hastily shouted. At this time, Xiao Yuemei also chose many fruits to pay the bill. 500 million purple crystal coins. Jin Jingwei's brows twitched after hearing the price, but he still braced himself and paid the bill. Qin Yun pulled Xiao Yuemei over and said, I gave you 10 best quality Regent Origin Stones. If you want to marry someone else, you will have to return them to me. Those Regent Origin Stones were given to my father. Xiao Yuemei bit her lips and said in low voice, Rest assured, I will not remarry. While speaking, Xiao Yuemei's eyes became red, glistening with glistening teardrops. She looks very pitiful, causing people's heart to ache. Seeing Xiao Yuemei's appearance, Jin Jingwei pointed at Qin Yun and cursed. Bastard, you used this kind of method to force Nai to marry you. Do you have a conscience? Oh, that's right. Where did you get those 10 best quality Regent Origin Stones? Could it be that you stole them? Qin Yun said with sneer. How did I force her? She accepted 10 best quality Regent Origin Stones from me and willingly married me. You pitted her, so give me 10 best quality Regent Origin Stones and let her regain her freedom. Hua Yimei, who is watching from the side, is also stunned. She immediately realized that Qin Yun and Xiao Yuemei are acting together to swindle Jin Jingwei. Qin Yun pinched Xiao Yuemei's chin and said in ridicule, Young Master Jin must have many wives and concubines. How could he like a little girl like you? I was blind to use 10 best quality Regent Origin Stones to buy you. I have twin martial spirits. Don't tell me I'm not worth it? Xiao Yuemei furiously said. Qin Yun said with sneer. So what? Look at young Master Jin. He basically has no intention of helping you. Then again, maybe he doesn't even have a single best quality Regent Origin Stone. Ha ha ha. Being looked down upon by a tea maker, Jin Jingwei became very unhappy. He grabbed Qin Yun's lapel and furiously said, Isn't it just 10 best quality Regent Origin Stones? I will give them to you. Immediately cancel the marriage. Hand over the Regent Origin Stones. Qin Yun grabbed Jin Jingwei's wrist and said in cold voice, I am a member of Flame, Sun, Heavenly Mountain. Release me. Jin Jingwei, indeed, took out 10 best quality Regent Origin Stones and handed them over to Qin Yun. But Xiao Yuemei suddenly said, young Master Jean. No need. Jean Jingwei said with frown. Nai, why not? Don't you not like him? I will help you regain your freedom now. Young Master Jean. Then do you want me to agree to some conditions? Xiao Yuanmei lowered her head and said, just marry me. No matter what, I'm better than this guy. Jean Jingwei proudly smiled. Nai, you are the most beautiful and best among my dozens of women. I will surely treat you the best. But I don't want to marry. Xiao Yuanmei lightly sighed and said, many thanks for young Master Jin's good intentions. Qin Yun chuckled and said, young Master Jin, do you still not understand? This little girl is a virtuous woman. How can she marry you so casually? She needs grandeur. If you want to marry her, it will be best if you go to Flame, Sun, Heavenly Mountain and propose. Only this way, she will have face when she marries you. Young Master Jin. It's not like that. Don't listen to his nonsense. I just don't want young Master Jin to spend so much money. I am not worthy of you doing this. Anyways, I accept my fate. While speaking, Xiao Yuanmei's eyes became moist again, and then she turned her head away. There are many people inside the shop. They are all spectating and watching. Jean Jingwei loves to show off. Now he is filled with heroic spirit. He threw a storage pouch towards Qin Yun and said in loud voice, this is for Nai to redeem herself. Don't touch Nai again. He looked at Xiao Yuanmei and said with smile, Nai, just you wait. Jean Jingwei, will surely go to Flame, Sun, Heavenly Mountain and pay a visit to propose marriage. Finished speaking, Jean Jingwei walked out of the shop with large strides. This caused many people to praise him one after another. Let's go back. Qin Yun said, 10 best quality region origin stones are very hard to come by for many martial emperors. Hua Yimei exclaimed in admiration, then followed Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei towards the large ship. Sister Xiao Mei, that idiot is truly extravagant. Xiao Yuanmei said with charming smile. Yuanmei, I am worried. If Jean Jingwei knows the truth, he will surely be very angry. Hua Yimei said in low voice. Then she looked behind her. She is worried that Jean Jingwei is still behind them. I am not afraid. I'm not a disciple of Flame, Sun, Heavenly Mountain anyways. If he comes to find me, he won't be able to find me. Xiao Yuanmei giggled and said, Jean Jingwei is a vicious and merciless person. He is very malicious. Many women who married him were killed by him. He has been bothering me for several years. Hua Yimei's expression is filled with loathing when talking about Jean Jingwei. Qin Yun said with frown, why did Golden Sun Sect send such a guy to be their representative? Hua Yimei said, Pagoda Master Qin, you don't know, Jean Jingwei is the grandson of Golden Sun Sect's sect master. Although he is not the kind of person who is highly regarded. However, the grandson of Golden Sun Sect's sect master controls more than half of Golden Sun Sect's power. Earlier, an inscription master named Jean, he helped Dragon Sect. Is this Jean, he from Golden Sun Sect's sect master's faction? Qin Yun asked. Indeed, Great Master Jean, he is Jean Jingwei's uncle.